See store for details.
Green Country has never been more connected. This summer, get up to 4 phones on us. Choose from the newest Apple and Samsung devices. Plus, you can save big with our unlimited talk, text, and data plans. Visit us today in store or online at bravadowireless.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Back at S.E. Williams Stadium on this Friday night, 0 week, time for the Rougher offense to go full air raid. We bring in offensive coordinator Mason Fine. Everybody talks about air raid. What does that mean to the offensive coordinator at Muskogee?
I think that just means be balanced. Get the ball to your playmakers in space, and let them make plays. Get the ball out quick. Don't take negative plays, and spread the ball from east to west and north to south.
Mason, what's been the most challenging thing for you as the new offensive coordinator with a brand new group of athletes trying to install this offense?
I think it's just the limited amount of reps and practices. Obviously, we had a lot of guys come in early and just try to get them caught up to speed about the identity, about the philosophy that we want. So I think that's been the biggest challenge, but the guys have taken it upon themselves to learn it, to do the extra work off the field, and it's coming along.
I know you have a set series of plays you probably want to go with, scripted right off the top, but as you go through the course of the game, what determines your play call to the percentages of run versus pass?
I think it's taking what the defense gives you. That's the same I had mentality as a quarterback, identifying the defense and exploiting what they're giving you. And they're going to take away some things. And so it's just listening to what the defense is doing, but also, who has the hot hand, where are our strengths at during the game, who's making plays, who are we having a tough time blocking. There's a lot of things, a lot of factors that go into it. So that's what we'll be keeping our eye on.
You and Jason Pirtle kind of working as a 1-2 tandem, flashing in the signs from the sideline. You got a rookie quarterback. I say rookie, first game as the starting quarterback in Cason Delgado. What do you pull him aside tonight before he goes on the turf and tell him to settle down?
I think just let him go out there and be himself. Carry yourself the right way, have great body language, have positivity. The kid's extremely talented. So you just want to let him go out there, not think, go out there and play football and make plays, and I know he will.
You've seen a few clips. You've seen a couple halves of scrimmages action for Booker T. Washington's defense. They've got a cat daddy up front that can wreak a lot of havoc, and they've got speed in the back end. Where can you attack offensively, and what things must be successful for the Roughers to put points on the board?
Booker T has a great defense. They got ball players all over the place. Like you said, in the secondary, they have a great D lineman. They're going to make it tough on us. So hopefully our week of preparation pays off. But as he said, you can practice all you want. You can practice the right way throughout the week, but you got to show up under the lights on a Friday. And so hopefully the kids just do their job and execute and make more plays than Booker T. They're going to make plays. It's how well we handle adversity and bounce back from it.
Is there one particular aspect of your game plan that you feel like that you can exploit the weaknesses of Booker T and turn it into touchdowns and a win here on this 0 week encounter?
We watched film as a staff. We came up with the game plan, but like I said, Booker T has a great defense. I don't want to show too much, but I guess we'll see how the game goes.
Mason Fine, offensive coordinator. Offensive look for the Roughers tonight in the 0 week opener here at S.E. Williams Stadium. Back with Travis Bryant to talk how the Roughers will defend the Speedy Hornets. That when we come back after this timeout on Rougher TV.
The final summer sale. It's always big at J. Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee. Buy a new Silverado 1500. Take $10,000 off MSRP. New 2026 Equinox $450 a month, not a lease. Don't overpay. Now through Labor Day, come see Jay. New Silverado, $10,000 off. Own Equinox, $450 a month. J. Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee, 144 West Shawnee.
This land was a tapestry of Indian nations and tiny towns that grew into great cities. Bank First is loyal to the shared mission of growth and success that built Oklahoma. That's why in more than 50 communities statewide, our banks are run by local leaders who stick together and work hard to continue unlocking Oklahoma's great promise. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
Back at S.E. Williams Stadium, season opening contest for the Muskogee Roughers. And if you don't let the opponent put some points on the scoreboard, you'll always walk away a winner. Well, this is the defensive coordinator, Travis Bryant. What's the game plan to accomplish that and hold the Hornets without a point?
Well, I think one of the most important things will be how we tackle. I mean, obviously they got some elite athletes and, the ability to play in space and make sure we run to the football and tackle and wrap up. And, that's always scary week one because, this is the first live action. So that's going to be important, just how we tackle. And then in the back end, staying over the top of their receivers, getting our eyes right, making sure we don't give up big plays. Because I really think if we make them earn it, they're going to have a hard time moving the ball on us.
With what they do offensively, how does the 3-4 alignment play into success for Muskogee here tonight?
Well, one thing about a 3-4 is it's so easy to adjust out of, whether they're in, 10 personnel or they bring in a tight end. It doesn't really change us too much. So, one thing we try to do is play as many athletes as we can. We want as much speed out there as we can. So I think that works well with us and our opponent this week.
Certainly with speed that the Hornets will bring to the ballgame. Hard to get a true gauge on what they will do tendency-wise because this being 0 week, all you've had is just a few clips from some scrimmages. How do you prepare the defensive scheme?
Yeah, that's always tough week one. We have a couple halves of scrimmages. The big thing is, football's football, and they do a lot of the same formations, so we've been doing it for a while. I think the big thing is, they got a couple guys that can really, really run, the tailback, and what we can do to stop him. And they got a slot receiver that's a pretty talented kid. And then, obviously they got a 3-year starting quarterback. So, we need to pressure him and make him make some bad decisions.
If there's one thing, Travis, that you can take away from the Hornets that would play in a huge favor for the Ruffers here tonight, what would that be?
Well, I think one thing is, if we can force 2 or 3 turnovers and just, get them behind and get them doing some things that maybe they don't want to do, I think we'll get after them.
Travis Bryant with some defensive thoughts in our pregame countdown to kickoff. Back with more Ruffer football tonight from SC Williams Stadium after this timeout on Ruffer TV.
Have you been injured as the result of a car accident? Has your family been impacted by the death of a loved one caused by someone else's negligence? Whatever you're dealing with, you don't have to face it alone. At 222 Injury Lawyers, our dedicated personal injury attorneys are here to fight for the justice and compensation you deserve. Call 918-528-0222.
Proudly serving the elderly of the Muskogee community, Broadway Care Rehabilitation Center is a skilled nursing facility empowering better living through long-term care as well as many other respite care options. And coming soon to Broadway, the Memory Care Unit. At Broadway Care Rehabilitation, the amazing therapy department can help you or your loved one get back on their feet. Contracted with most major insurances, follow them on Facebook and see many of the enriching activities offered to the residents. Broadway Care Rehabilitation Center, proud to support the Muskogee Ruffers. Back on Ruffer football tonight from SC Williams Stadium. Welcome to the Winning Strategy, brought to you by the law offices of Michael A. Finnerty, attorney at law. Every coach has a winning philosophy, Dale Condit, but what is your winning strategy as you go into 0 week encounter against the Hornets of Tulsa, Washington?
Well, a lot of the core philosophies that I have about the game and how to manage a game and a team come from my dad. And he told me a long time ago when I first became a head coach, son, if you'll play tremendous defense, you have a solid kick a game, and you can run the ball a little bit, you'll win most of your games. And I feel like at every level that holds true. But, against Booker T, I think especially early in the year, this game will come down to a few things. And first was turnovers. Early in the year, those things they can come in bunches and get you in a hurry. But I think for us defensively to really minimize any big plays. They have the type of athletes, if they break a tackle or you're not lined up right or you break a coverage in secondary, they're going to get you with a big play and score. So I think we have to be really sound in our alignment and our coverages and keep everything in front of us. And, and again, win special teams. Special teams this will be the first time we've really executed special teams, and I don't know about for Booker T, but for us, they're all new. The way they did them last year, I'm not sure. We're putting in the things that we feel good about. So those things can kind of go haywire early in the year. Pre-stat, post-stat penalties, I think. Again, this early in the year will be big.
Causes coaches to go even more bald-headed.
Yeah, even more than I don't. I don't know if I can go any more. Actually, I could. I can grow a little bit out on each side. I just choose to shave it off. But yeah, they'll get you and gotten me before with some penalties. I haven't lost a lot of week 1 games, but first game of the year games, but definitely had more penalties than I'd like to have early. Then I think maybe the biggest biggest thing of the night is the question of our line versus their line, both sides of the football. How will our O-line hold up against their great defensive front, and then how does their O-line hold up against our great defensive front? So I think that'll be a big key to the game.
Winning strategy brought to you by Michael A. Finnerty, attorney-at-law, and head coach Dale Condit as the Ruffers prepare to take the turf here at S.E. Williams Stadium. We'll come back with health of the Ruffers and find out who can, who can't go, or who might have to be under the watchful eye of strength and conditioning coordinator Leo Krajewski. He'll join us in our pregame countdown to kickoff. That after this timeout on Ruffer TV.
The world of education is driven by numbers. So is the one company more schools and universities call on when fire or water damage strikes. 1-800-SERVPRO. The number one choice in commercial cleanup and restoration.
When it matters most. The name to remember? ServPro of Muskogee. 918-913-4490. Online at servpro.com.
There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan of Muskogee. Call 918-683-6605 or go to nissanofmuskogee.com. There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan of Muskogee. Call 918-683-6605 or go to nissanofmuskogee.com.
Welcome back on Ruffer TV tonight from S.C. Williams Stadium. We're counting down to kickoff time for this week's Health of the Ruffers, brought to you by Excel Physical Therapy, where their goal is to keep you in the game. Speaking of keeping players in the game, head athletic trainer Justin Laird out on some medical issues, filling into his shoes, big shoes to fill, no pun intended. Leo Krajewski, the strength and conditioning coach, kind of feels familiar territory though, Leo.
Yes, it is, sir. Very familiar. Very, very familiar.
Talk about the process of getting all the athletes ready to go on a game week, especially early in the season like this 0 week encounter.
The biggest issue we have to make sure is usually those overuse type of injuries, the muscle aches, muscle pull, that kind of stuff. You don't usually see major injuries like major knee injury, major ankle injury. It's usually those muscle pull, that kind of stuff. But we're entering the game relatively healthy. We're looking pretty doggone good.
Now, this week's weather has been much different from what it had been the previous week since fall camp began. How does that adjust your game preparations in alerting the players to keep their bodies ready to go?
The big thing with is always hydration. We have to step it up because when it's hot, it's very, very easy to get the point across. The kids will realize it. But when it gets a little bit cooler, when the temperatures get a little bit nicer, they don't think about it as much. And it's like, you really got to, guys, you got to remind them, hey, drink. You got to be drinking. I know you feel great, but drink. Because that's going to affect them big time.
Leo Krajewski, the strength and conditioning coach, with us tonight here on Health of the Ruffers, brought to you by Excel Physical Therapy. Back with that medical list of who's available to play, and it all looks green and white. That's a good sign. We'll talk about that after this timeout. This is Health of the Ruffers, brought to you by Excel Physical Therapy on Ruffer TV.
Pain is temporary, pride is forever. At Excel Therapy, we want to be your athlete's advocate for excellence. We offer treatment methods that focus on strengthening muscles and improving flexibility to improve your overall performance. And when injury sets in, Excel Therapy can aid in the recovery process. We know it's important to get back in the game, so trust the comeback experts, Excel Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. With 16 locations and no physician referral required, you can begin healing today. Look for us online at exceltherapyok.com.
Moments before the Ruffers take the field tonight at S.E. Williams Stadium, we're back with Leo Krajewski, the strength and conditioning coach, serving into the responsibilities as head athletic trainer in our countdown to kickoff Health of the Ruffers portion, brought to you by Excel Physical Therapy. Leo, I guess it's a good sign because the Ruffers come in here with a clean green slate.
Yes, we're extremely healthy from the past few years. We usually had one or two things, but this year we're relatively doggone healthy. It's a couple guys a little sore here and there, but nothing that we really have to be, we're going to have to maybe limit reps or anything like that. No, we're actually very, very healthy this year.
Because of cooler temperatures, though, that doesn't change your focus and attention to the players because they can still cramp up in these colder temperatures just the same way you might do on a hot night.
Exactly, even more so because, like I said, as mentioned previously, they don't think about it as much. So they don't realize, no, you got to keep drinking, drink. Because like I said, we can practice as hard as you want to. You know as well as I do from previous experience, getting in that game, that going at that intensity for that length of time is totally different.
And you change your anxiety level because it's game time. It's not just a practice.
Exactly. So, like I said, you don't think about doing certain. Then all of a sudden you realize you're a quarter in, you're like, oh my gosh, oh my God, I'm starting to get tired. This type of thing. They start feeling those things and they don't think about it. Like I said, when it's hot, they're always focusing on it. They're always thinking, hey, I gotta make sure I get a drink every time I go on time. It's not uncommon. Do you see kids come over and they're like, oh, I don't need any water, I'm fine. No, you need to drink regardless. I don't care if you're not thirsty right now. At some point, you're going to get thirsty. So do it now.
Coach Lee, our guest here in the Health of the Ruffers, brought to you by Excel Physical Therapy. Back with more Ruffer football tonight from SC Williams Stadium. But first, this time out, this is Ruffer TV.
The Bank First tagline, Loyal to Oklahoma and You, isn't just a slogan. It's our pledge to every community we serve.
It's about donating our time, talent, and resources to develop relationships far beyond banking.
It's about investing in our local schools to provide a productive environment for the success of our students.
It's about engaging with local boards, committees, and foundations to improve the lives of our friends and neighbors.
We're loyal to the Muskogee community because it's our community too.
After all, life is about more than just balance sheets and bottom lines.
Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you. Member FDIC.
Welcome back at SC Williams Stadium, where tonight the Muskogee Ruffers will kick off the Dale Condit era of Ruffer football. He becomes the 20th head coach in Ruffer football history. I think it seems quite strange to say the coach is 0-0, but he's in his first season after spending 20 years on the sidelines at Wagner, where he amassed 227 wins that included 6 state championships, 3 state runner-ups. All together in the 27-year career, he has 277 wins and 62 losses. My simple math in my head says 27 years, 277, that's 10 wins a season.
Yeah, and he's done a great job, and the Ruffers fortunate to get him and his credentials. I think he'll bring a lot to this program to continue to help it grow. He'll be a big boon to the young people. Also, you got to be impressed with the staff that he's brought in. You had Mason Fine on the pregame. Anybody that's followed Muskogee or that's followed high school football in Oklahoma aware of his record, all-time leading passer in Oklahoma high school football history. And Jason Pirtle, who was his running mate up at Locust Grove,
as well as at North Texas
State, yeah, where he set a receiving record in high school. Pirtle did, and so those two are back together again, and that brings a pretty good dynamic duo for these young people to be able to look to and say, hey, these guys have been there. They know how to get it done.
Well, certainly they'll be challenged tonight against a very athletic Hornets of Booker T. Washington, who, as we mentioned earlier, are in their first regular season game and under their new head football coach, Nate Goodman, who took over for Dan Bitson. Goodman, no stranger to the Tulsa football regime of the Hornets, having coached at Carver Middle School, where in his campaign there he won 89 games, Nick. So he knows a little bit of something about getting his players ready to go, and he's got some playmakers. And if you can start with the 3-year starter at quarterback, Levi Brooks.
He does, and Brooks does a great job of leading this team. He had 2 touchdowns in the All-City preview here last week or so. Has had a great career at Booker T. Washington. He's kind of led the offense. They've got Micah Washington, who's their running back. He rushed for over 1,000 yards last year. And their stalwart on the defense is Dwayne Jones, who's their defensive tackle. He's one of those guys that's got like 20 Division I offers so far that he's got to pick from.
He's one of those guys that's kind of floated through the portal. 2 seasons ago, he was wearing the Rams helmet at Owasso. Last year, of course, he made things very tough for the Hornets' opponents defensively. They've got another very talented defensive back wide receiver duo in Keenan Farley, who's already committed to Tulsa University. So there are some athletic guys, but there's some guys like the Ruffers lineup that have an opportunity to prove themselves that they deserve to be on the big stage.
And they'll have that chance tonight as the new coach kind of tries to implement his style of play, and Goodman taking over for Goodson, who kind of surprisingly resigned last spring. So they're kind of trying to regroup. Goodman trying to reset the culture here at Tulsa, Washington. He wants to retain players. He says that's one of his big goals is to keep the players he's got and bring the youngsters along and keep this program going.
We talked about some of the personnel of the Hornets. The Ruffers have some names that are familiar. Jamie Beasley. Bees was a key receiver in the Ruffers offense a year ago. The only other starter on the offensive side coming back is Hunter Lanier, a 3-year starter at that center position, 6'3" by 295. He's actually dropped a little bit of weight and got a lot stronger since last season. Then there's Marcus Chaplin, who last year kind of played in the shadows P.J. Wallace. But when he got his opportunities, Nick, he seemed to make things happen. And what we've seen from the young Ruffer running back, the 5'11", 185-pound senior, he's got some giddy-up go, along with that sophomore, Anthony Heitch.
He didn't play in the inter-squad scrimmage, but he did play last week in the triangular scrimmage with Grove and Tahlequah. And as you said, made some nice runs, and I think he'll be a big addition. He's going to be one of those fast scat-back kind of guys. He's going to make people miss him in the open field.
Well, another guy that'll make you blink and you miss him, and that's, of course, is the Ruffers giddy-up-go guy. That's Decaden Ford, the transfer from Wagner, had over 500 yards in total offense a season ago as a junior, as the Bulldogs went all the way to the state semifinals. He came along with some of his teammates, including a two-way starter, Hayden Von Holt, in the offensive line, and then we'll hear the name of Aiden Good throughout the night. I think on the defensive side, though, you got to look at how strong can Kyron Cope be, how strong and dominating can Von Holt, along with Jack Green, implement play on the line of scrimmage, and then the linebackers then in this new 3-4 alignment are going to have huge responsibilities tonight. That means Coda Barnowski and Caden Harkin have got to step into their leadership roles and get the job done.
Well, and that's a big group of players right there, that trio. All are experienced. Coda, of course, back at linebacker. Harkin moving from defensive end to a linebacker spot. And Arias Parrish played off and on there last year. So all three of those guys have good defensive stats and good experience.
Captains meeting at the 50-yard line with our officiating crew tonight. The referee will be Justin Finney. Andy Knapp will be the umpire. Robbie Long, the head linesman. Nick Cook, the line judge. And Brad Fisher will be the back judge. Discussing all the calls, and the Ruffers getting the opportunity to call the coin toss as the visiting team. What a perfect night for high school football here the last weekend in August. Our referee, Justin Finney, will indicate which way the Ruffers, they won the toss. They will receive. They'll move from south to north or from right to left on your video screen. That'll put the Hornets defense against the Ruffers offense. And, Nick, I'm just going to say it up front. I think it's whichever has the better defensive night tonight will be the winner of this ball game. I know they say defense wins championships, but I think that early on may be the strength of both teams.
I think it's so, and especially for the Ruffers. We talk about those linebackers, Kyron Cope, Jack Green up front. We know what they've done. Hayden Van Holt, good credentials coming in from Wagner. So I think the Ruffers have a little bit of an edge defensively as far as the experience level is concerned, and I think that'll be a big key tonight.
A late crowd arriving here at S.C. Williams Stadium, both for the black and orange Hornets as well as for the green and white Ruffers as Muskogee takes the field. That big banner furling out. And the guy that carries the flag is the guy we talked about to be the defensive stalwart, Coda Barnowski. Nick, he is just, you take a look at him in street clothes, and there's no wonder why he has gone from a 155-pound backup quarterback as a freshman. He was the backup to Bird 3 years ago, and then, of course, has developed into now a young man that'll step on the scales at 6'2" and weigh a 225-pound total.
Had some drama during the offseason as he thought about transferring up to Tulsa and following Travis Hill up there. Went up there for a bit, but then fortunately for the Ruffers decided to come back and resume his excellent play at linebacker, and he'll probably also see some activity as a tight end on the defense.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups for both Muskogee and Tulsa, Washington. We'll start with the Hornets defensively. Starting lineups tonight brought to you by J. Hodge Chevrolet. Across the four-man front, Cherry Opari will be at one end. He's 6'3" at 225. Tatum Tolles will be on the opposite side, a young sophomore with a lot of athleticism. Chase Robinson and the aforementioned Dwayne Jones, 6'2", 245-pound junior, a junior that already has, like Nick said, 20-plus Division I college football opportunities ahead. Anthony Chaplin and Andy Campanell and Boone Garrett Springs will be the trio of linebackers. Tyler Phipps and Keenan Farley, the TU commit, will be on the corners. Davian Durham and Tyrone Taylor will be at the safety spots. For the Ruffers across the front, how well can this offensive line control the defensive front of the Hornets? Big challenge tonight for Hayden Von Holt, the 6'4", 255-pound senior, the transfer from Wagner. He'll be at one tackle. JoJo Alexander, the young man that wreaked havoc defensively a year ago for the Ruffers, at the opposite side on the right tackle spot. Devon Nero, a 6'3", 310-pound mountain of a man, and another small guy at the other guard, Peyton Armstrong, 6'3" and 320, just a junior, and Hunter Lanier, the starting center. The quarterback, we haven't talked a whole lot about him, but there has been a battle throughout the preseason, throughout the spring, the summer, and into the fall camps. Cason Delgado, the transfer from Edmond Santa Fe, where he had 10 starts a year ago after a 4-start career as a freshman at Union, 6'2" and 190. He'll get the start at the quarterback spot. Marcus Chaplin will be the running back, and then it'll be a trio of receivers: DeCaden Ford, Avon Goodland, Nunu James, Keanu Nunu James, Anthony Macnack, and Jamie Beasley doing the primary part of that. And of course, the guy that will make his position known too, and that's Coda Barnowski. He'll line up at tight end for the Ruffers. Muskogee on the road tonight, back at home to Ruffer Village next Friday night in a 7 o'clock kickoff against the Mounties of Rogers, Arkansas. Then the Ruffers will wrap up their non-district schedule when they'll travel to Bentonville West on the 12th of September. Ruffer football this season brought to you in part by Cornerstone Funeral Home, by Bank First of Muskogee, J. Hott Chevrolet, Bravado Wireless, and Pioneer Abstract.
Are you ready for some football?
All right, we're just about ready, set to get it going. Kicking it off for the Hornets will be Dylan Carpenter. He's a guy that's back from last year, had a good season as the punter and place kicker for Washington.
DeCaden Ford and Kenyon Goodson will be the two men back deep standing around the 15-yard line. Hornets in their home orange jerseys with the black numerals and the black helmets. Ruffers on the road in the green helmets with the all-white uniforms. Here's the kick. It's a low bouncing kick up the middle of the field. Be picked up at around the 13. Out across the 20, the 25, the 30, and out across the 30, still on his feet, up across the 35, has a block, midfield, and on the return, a good effort by Kenyon Goodson. Taking it from the 13, breaking a tackle at around the 30, 35-yard line, kept his balance, and goes all the way into Hornet territory. The Ruffers will start on the plus side of the 50, 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
You can't ask for a better start than that. Just nice running that time by Kenyon Goodson. Got a couple of good blocks around the 25. Just wound his way over the sideline, made a good move up, and the Ruffers will take over 1st and 10 at the Hornet 44.
The air raid offense put into place by the offensive coordinator, Mason Fine. Junior quarterback, Cason Delgado, calls for the snap. Hands it off inside, and the Hornets stuff it behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to be tough for the Ruffers tonight to control that defensive front, and the guy that was first to make the contact is the well-known name, Dwayne Jones, stopping the Ruffers for a loss back from the 44 to the 46, a loss of 2 on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 12.
Now the Ruffers are going to find the going between the tackles tough. They may have to try to get that ball outside.
3 wide receivers come outside of the left empty backfield as Delgado stands in the pocket, rifles a pass downfield, tips it up high, trying to throw back off his side shoulder.
Double coverage by the Hornets back there, so that was going to be a tough catch, even if it was on target.
Incomplete pass. And the Ruffers now will face their first 3rd down of the night. 2nd, turns to 3rd and 12. Snap up around the helmet. Delgado dancing around, rolling to his left, looking to run or throw. Now tucks the ball under arm, takes what he can get, and gets chased down from behind. Punished to the turf by the Hornet defensive group that came like a group of angry stingers. And the first guy that got there was Chirio Pari, the 6'3", 225-pound junior, along with Dwayne Jones. So the Ruffers failed to gain the first down after having the great field position on the 6-yard run by Delgado. And that'll bring in the Ruffers Z-Man, Zevelin Balalong, 6'2", 215-pound senior. He'll step in, a well-experienced punter. He was the place kicker and punter for Condit at Wagner. steps into this one, puts it up high, tight, spiraling kick, good kick. Hornets wait for the fair catch. Ooh, that's a bad mistake there, Nick.
Yeah.
Has taken the fair catch inside the 5-yard line. Ruffers will get the big punt. It'll be a 38-yard punt with no return, but Tulsa, Washington, with 10:25 to play here in the opening quarter, will take its first series of offense starting from their own 2-yard line.
Davian Durham was the guy back that time for the Hornets, and like you said, he made a mistake taking that inside the 5, right at the 2. So the Ruffer defense will have a chance now to shine and see if they can stuff the Hornets back into the end zone, or if nothing else, hold them 3 and out.
The confidence of Levi Brooks, a 3-year starter at quarterback, leads the orange and black clad offensive group to the line of scrimmage. One back either side of the 3-year signal color. Play clock winding down, and actually Hornets had 12 men on the field when they got ready. Now they're shifting around, and play clock down to 3, down to 2. And able to get it away, and then some trouble on the exchange as Washington got the handoff, but I think he lost a yard, Nick.
He did.
Back to the 1.
So that's what the Ruffer defense wants to do. The middle of that Ruffer defense caving in there, let in there by the guys on the line who do the job. Green and Cope, Destin Martin, and Hayden Van Holt.
Keenan Farley will come in as a wide receiver in this set. 2 wide receivers either side, as Brooks will work out of the shotgun about 7 yards deep in his own end zone. Ruffers dancing around the line of scrimmage. Good protection. Now being flushed. This is Brooks looking to throw. He'll just throw it away as he was being chased from the backside by Von Holt and also by Kyron Cope. So it'll be a 3rd and long again for the offense. Ruffers had 3rd and long when they faced it on their first series, and Washington now needed to reach the 12-yard line for the first down. We'll have 9:41 left here in quarter number 1.
Ruffers do a good job of putting pressure on Brooks that time, forcing him out of the pocket, making him roll out and eventually throw the ball away.
So now the Hornets will put a split receiver in a slot wide to the left side. Keep Washington in the backfield. A little play action. Washington trying to get to the corner. He's got the Jets to turn it. He does at the 10, the 15, 20, up to the 25, and then angles his way out of bounds. But there is a flag down on the play. There's laundry all over this field.
Back at the 10, I'm going to guess we probably had a hold out there on the end as Washington turned the corner.
There are 2 penalty flags on the play.
9:34 left here in quarter number 1. Muskogee and Tulsa, Washington in a season opener. The flag was thrown up at about the 8-yard line. We'll see if it's against Washington. It appears that it's going to be a defensive hold against the Hornets.
So that wipes out a pretty nice run by Washington.
Actually, we'll spot the ball back from the flag at the 3, so they kind of get a couple of yards to their advantage, but knows that football actually right about the 4-yard line. So it's a 3rd and 8 situation. For football this season, again, brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, Excel Physical Therapy, and one of our new partners, Kimberly Durosset, Doctor of Optometry. 3rd and 8 for the Hornets. Brooks with the running back Washington to his left shoulder. Twin receivers to the short side left. The snap, and there's movement up front. And that should be a procedural penalty against the Hornets.
That's what the Ruffers say, that they moved it.
Referee will indicate the affirmative. Move it half the distance to the goal line, back to the 2, so it'll be back to a 3rd and 10 situation. It's really what the coaching staffs were worried about coming into tonight's ball game, Nick, was these mental penalties. 3rd and 10. Ruffers press on the line of scrimmage. Brooks takes the handoff, gives it off to Washington. He's met upfield at about the 4, maybe the 5 on the forward progress. He'll get 3, but it'll be a 4th down situation, and the Hornets will have to kick. Good stand that time by the Ruffer defense after being set up perfectly on a mental mistake, I have to think, in the kicking game.
So the Ruffers will get a good field position here as the Hornets will have to kick it deep out of their end zone.
Senior place kicker Dylan Carpenter will be on to do the kicking. Ruffers will have 1 man back. That'll be Decaden Ford. Actually, no, it's going to be Avon Goodland back.
Back around his 40.
Hornets had a little late getting all 11 people on the line of scrimmage as the play clock now down to 3, down to 2, and just getting it away. Good towering kick. Goodland will field it at the Hornet 42-yard line, trying to get to the boundaries, find blockers, and now he turns to come back, and still on his feet, finally will be wrestled and body slammed to the turf. We're quite sure there might have been a block in the back on the return. There is
several late flags coming in here.
That's probably going to go on the Ruffers. While we got this opportunity as we divided out, we mentioned one of our new partners, Dr. Kimberly DeRosset. No matter the opponent, the Ruffers' vision for victory is always 2020, and the same goes for your vision. With the help of Dr. Kimberly DeRosset of Muskogee, no matter if you're a player or a fan, good vision is essential to winning. So be sure you visit Dr. Kimberly DeRosset for your annual eye exam. Her office is now located in Muskogee at 3505 Chandler Road. Call 918-880-3937.
Be interesting to see where they mark this. The flags are down about 10 yards apart where the officials threw them. And the penalty will be marked off from the point of the foul.
Don't think our officiating crew is mic'd up tonight.
They're all kind of talking about it now. Now the referee comes over to talk with the Washington sideline about it.
Glad to have you aboard with us here on Ruffer TV, as well as to those of you listening on Okie Country 1017. A block in the back. Personal foul against the Ruffers. Penalty, there were two. One was declined, one was accepted.
So the penalty will be marked off from around the 38 maybe.
See where we're going to spot the football. Let our black and white stripes indicate it.
The Hornets will accept the block in the back penalty being assessed against the Ruffers.
So we have a timeout on the field. 8:06 left to play here in quarter number one. Still no score, with each team having had one opportunity. Ruffers set to bring the offense back when we come back on the opposite side of this 1 minute timeout. A Ruffers football 2025.
Services at the Wayman Tisdale Clinic.
In times of need, it's comforting to see faces of people you know and trust. Cornerstone Funeral Home in Muskogee cherishes the opportunity to be there for you and your family in life's most challenging times, when friends are most important. Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory welcomes the opportunity to answer any questions regarding planning and pre-arrangements for you and your loved ones. Experience the difference. Cornerstone Funeral Home, 1830 North York in Muskogee, where you'll find faces you know and reputations you trust.
Final summer sale. It's always big at J. Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee. Buy a new Silverado 1500. Take $10,000 off MSRP. New 2026 Equinox $450 a month. Not a lease. Don't overpay. Now through Labor Day, come see Jay. New Silverado, 10 grand off. Own Equinox, $450 a month. J. Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee, 144 West Shawnee.
Ruffers' second offensive opportunity to start from the midfield stripe, handing it off, trying to bounce to the edge. Ruffers stretching it to the sideline. On the carry that time, Marcus Chaplin trying to use that big offensive line to find some extra running room.
There's another flag down, I think.
I got to guess we're going to get another holding penalty.
These are the kind of things that you really kind of expect to see in an opening game.
Another penalty flag on the play.
Yeah, it's a hold against the Ruffers.
So it'll back it up 10 yards and put it at the 40. So it'll replay the first down. It'll be second down and 20. Our first down at 20. We mentioned the Ruffers back at home next week at Ruffer Village. Taking on Rogers, Arkansas. The Hornets, their second matchup will be a road trip traveling over to take on the Eagles of Del City. First and 20 from the 40-yard line. Back in the pocket is the Ruffer quarterback. Throws it up for grabs, kind of threw it up like a duck. It gets battled around. And that play didn't look really good as far as the Ruffers' descent.
Nice job by the Caden Ford to play defense there. Knocked that one away because that pass was just a wobbly dying duck.
Cason Delgado's pass might have been deflected, and the player that was giving a lot of heat defensively to the Ruffer quarterback, Chase Robinson.
Injury timeout on the field.
Second down and 20 now.
Injured player down on the field here on the near side. One of the Hornets.
Interesting in our health of the Ruffers, brought to you by Excel Physical Therapy. Dr. Leo, Coach Leo was talking about the need to be hydrated. Even though it's been cooler temperatures and raining all week long, your body, once it goes into full high gear, needs that extra little fluid to keep it from cramping up. That might have been the case for the Hornets player that time, who was Taden Tolles.
It's just been the last couple of 3 days that the temperatures have not been sweltering, too.
It is nice, though, to be here at 70 degrees at kickoff. So the Ruffers will have the running back to the left shoulder of Delgado. That'll be Chaplin. 3 receivers coming out to the left. 1 to the boundary right side. Little quick opener on the play action. Throw it across the middle. It's high, tipped up in the air. Delgado's pass, that time intended for Nunu James, was high, and Nick very nearly could have been picked off.
That's 2 now that have been in jeopardy of being intercepted by Delgado. So he's kind of having to get his requirements and his accuracy down a little bit.
So now 3rd and 20 after the incomplete pass. And there's motion on the line of scrimmage, and the Ruffer offense was, they're going to say the Hornets were offside.
Well, that's a break. Nice.
Delgado starting 0 for 3 here.
Being assessed against the Hornets.
Have his offense at the 45-yard line, needing to reach the 40. Bill Huddleston, Nick Hampton with you, and our Ruffer TV crew. Glad to have you watching and listening tonight here from S.E. Williams Stadium. Hornets press on the corners. Delgado will turn. He'll look to the sideline. Avon Goodland, along with Decaden Ford. 2 of the receivers to the left. Blitz comes off the outside edge. Delgado's in trouble and had really no protection as the pressure came quickly, and the Hornets saw that wall go tumbling down, and the guy that has wreaked havoc already, and he did it there, is Dwayne Jones. That is a man in a high school uniform.
6-yard loss, so Ruffers now 4th down and long again. And Bullylong will come in to punt again for Muskogee.
His last punt was a good one. He'll punt into the breeze tonight. That's only at about 5 to 8 miles per hour. Good snap. Bullylong takes it. Z puts it up, kind of a knuckling type kick. It checks up, though, and bounds back upfield. And the Ruffer is going to watch it bound around, and Tulsa, Washington will get a much better field position here this time, Nick. Starting 1st and 10 from the 44. Timeout on the field, 6:59 to play, opening quarter. Still no score tonight. Hornets and Ruffers on Ruffer TV. Back after this.
Green Country has never been more connected. This summer, get up to 4 phones on us. Choose from the newest Apple and Samsung devices. Plus, you can save big with our unlimited talk, text, and data plans. Visit us today in-store or online at bravadowireless.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Green Country has never been more connected. This summer, get up to 4 phones on us. Choose from the newest Apple and Samsung devices. Plus, you can save big with our unlimited talk, text, and data plans. Visit us today in-store or online at bravadowireless.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Back at S.E. Williams Stadium, both offenses early struggling to find their tempo, find their routine, and Cason Delgado has, when he's had time to throw, Nick, been off target, throwing passes high. He's had one that was fortunately knocked down by one of his teammate receivers, and that time he had no place to run because Dwayne Jones and that swarm of Hornets were in his face almost from a blink after he took the snap.
I wonder if we might see the Ruffers now go to a little more of a controlled passing game, a little short screens and little curls, not so far down the field, see if they can get them in the hands of Beasley and let him do his thing.
Second offense for Tulsa, Washington. Brooks at the quarterback. He'll hand it off to Washington, trying to dance back to the left after he came right to begin, but the Ruffer lineup and linebackers got there in a hurry. Good pressure by Destin Martin, the Rock linebacker, 6'2", 205-pound junior. Stopping that one for no gain with some help from JoJo Alexander. There's a young man that has really stepped up. He's become more of a vocal leader in the locker room as well as on the field.
That brings up second
10
for the Hornets.
Hornets will have 2 receivers to the right side. Jacqueline Jackson will be one of the 2 receivers to the left. Brooks looking around. Now brings motion back across the field. They'll play action. and blow this one dead. I think we're going to get procedure for a timeout taken by Tulsa, Washington as the play clock was about to expire. 6:11 left, opening quarter, still no score. Booker T. Washington and Muskogee Ruffers tonight from S.C. Williams Stadium. We're back in 60 seconds on Ruffer TV.
Pioneer Abstract, proudly serving residential and commercial customers throughout Muskogee County since 1905. Serving banks, mortgage companies, and mortgage brokers with refinancing, purchase, 1031 tax-deferred exchanges, along with full escrow services and more. Pioneer Abstract offers the convenience of centralized services for escrow accounts, title insurance, and title searches. Pioneer Abstract, here yesterday, here today, and here tomorrow at 412 West Broadway in downtown Muskogee, or call Pioneer Abstract at 683-2904.
Runt's Barbecue serves up hand-rubbed, slow-cooked goodness. Anytime you're feeding a few hundred, hey, we're just tailgating with friends. Runt's Barbecue serves up hand-rubbed, slow-cooked goodness. Anytime you're feeding a few hundred, hey, we're just tailgating with friends. Call the experts. Runt's Barbecue. Ribs, brisket, burnt ends, mouth-watering hot link, and smoked chicken, where everything is made from scratch, from the barbecue sauce to the banana pudding. Give us a try, and you won't be disappointed. Runt's Barbecue, 918-681-3900. Runt's Barbecue, slow-cooked goodness in Muskogee.
A 19-yard completion and the first down of the night for either team.
First complete pass of the night for either team.
Now pitch the ball out on the edge. Hornets trying to turn the corner. The Ruffers close that gate in a hurry. Good aggressive nature that time by Nunu James, along with some help from Anthony McNutt Jr. The double fours, Caden Harkin getting there. Stopping Washington after gaining 3 yards on the first down carry. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Washington 4 carries for just 5 yards so far for the Hornets.
Trips come to the boundary, short side right, one wide out. That is Jackson far out to the left side. Now bring motion in front of the formation to balance out the set. Brooks holds his count, now takes the snap, waits in the pocket, gonna throw this one deep. Receiver's out there, it's long, it's caught, it's a touchdown. Keenan Farley, the Hornet that's headed to the University of Tulsa. He's already committed as a junior. And the flag goes into the end zone, but we've got a penalty flag on the play as well.
Hornet fans, no flags, no flags.
No, and now they're going to wave off the flag and call it a 38-yard touchdown strike for Levi Brooks to Keenan Farley, and the Hornets are on the scoreboard. .5:26 left here in the opening quarter. Tulsa, Washington striking first.
Farley just did a good job of just speeding out and beating Nunu back deep.
Try the PAT. Low snap, kicks away, it splits the uprights, good. And there's timeout on the field. Tulsa, Washington on a 38-yard strike from Brooks to Farley takes a 7-0 advantage. We're back to S.C. Williams Stadium after this 30-second timeout on Ruffer TV.
There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan of Muskogee. Call 918-683-6605 or go to nissanofmuskogee.com. There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan of Muskogee. Call 918-683-6605 or go to nissanofmuskogee.com.
Just like when the Ruffers play in front of the fans at Ruffer Village, Lynn Wallace and her team at Cornerstone Home Lending in Muskogee knows that home is where happy lives. With honest, well-communicated, and knowledge-based experience, Cornerstone Home Lending will find you the right loan that will get you home happy. No matter if you're buying or refinancing, go home happy with the help of Lynn Wallace and the team at Cornerstone Home Lending. Give them a call at 918-600-0602.
Beasley and Goodson back deep for the Ruffers to receive the kickoff, with Muskogee now down 7-0.
Dylan Carpenter teeing the football up.
Carpenter sweep the leg. This one will go again to about the 13, up the middle, trying to slice through defenders and keeping his balance out to about the 30-yard line before the rugby-style tackling effort.
carries him another 3 yards after that.
So Muskogee will get his third offensive series here, Nick. But having yet to pick up a first down. 5:15 to go, quarter number 1. Tulsa, Washington with a 7-0 advantage.
Once again, 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line.
So let's see if offensive coordinator Mason Fine will fine-tune the offense here, maybe change tactics a little bit.
Beasley will be one of the 2 wide receivers out near the numbers on the left side. Jet sweep action across the middle. Delgado missing the exchange, rolls to his right and gets shoulder bumped, and then he's in some trouble. And now he's just going to be wrapped up and tossed to the turf. I think they might have missed the communication there, Nick.
It's a big loss, too.
It is a huge loss as they go all the way back to the 20-yard line.
13-yard loss by Delgado.
Boone Garrett Springs making the tackle, so it's a loss of 13, and this air raid offense seems to be grounded in its own tracks. Have to reach the 43-yard line to get back in front of the chains. Delgado with motion, takes the snap, hands it off in traffic through a little bit of crease, trying to bounce the edge.
Chaplin gets a nice gain there as he gets some of that yardage back to about the 29.
You see what the coaches have seen there, Nick, on his quick burst of energy as he takes the exchange. He'll get from the 20 to the 29, a gain of 9, so the Roughers will face yet another third down. This time 3rd and 14 yards to go. 2 receivers to the hash marks left side. Delgado in the pocket, pressure coming off the edge. Delgado waits, throws in traffic, looking toward his tight end, and there's a late flag. Yeah, I think that's going to be a PI against Tulsa, Washington. Pass was intended for Koda Barnoski.
There was a late penalty flag on the play.
Stopping the clock with 3:58 left here in quarter number 1.
Yeah, it was a very late flag. I'm not sure I saw the interference, but that's
pass
what they're
interference
calling.
is going to be the call against Tulsa, Washington. So that'll move it 15 yards further upfield.
Just enough for the first down.
Against the Hornets.
From the preceding spot, it'll take it to the 44-yard line, and Muskogee will have its first and 10. Kyle Edwards Buick. Now Kyle Edwards GMC, first down and 10.
Not an automatic first down, by the way.
No, that's the rule. Thank you, Nick. But the penalty does set it up. Now the Roughers will play action, throw across the middle of the pass again, off target. Intended that time on the strike for Decaden Ford, who was in the crease, but the pass from the junior quarterback Delgado behind him. You just had to wonder, could the new coming quarterback, whether it was Delgado or McHenry, would they let the moment be too big? Right now, Rougher quarterback just needs to settle a bit. 2nd and 10. Delgado this time will hand it off to Chaplin. He'll break the line of scrimmage. He'll fight across the 45 and up near the 47-yard line for a 3-yard pickup.
Tackle made by the Hornets, number 66.
So a 3rd and 7. Deion Delosier, the sophomore defensive tackle, making the stop.
That brings up a 3rd down.
Roughers in the hole in terms of offense so far, minus 3 yards total offense.
Jamie Beasley, the wide receiver, out to the far left side. Delgado takes the handoff. Now scrambles to his right, looks to turn the corner, slices upfield across the 50-yard line. They're going to say the knee went to the artificial turf right at the midfield spot. So from the 47 to the 49 on the opposite side, it'll be a 4-yard gain. Dwayne Jones running the play down from behind. And Muskogee facing 4th and a long 4. Will have to bring Z back to the field to kick the ball away.
Third punt tonight for Z. He's done a good job, though. Last one checked up. He only got 17 yards net on the last punt, even though it went about 30.
Davian Durham will be the man back deep. Good snap. Much better kick, kind of a tight spiraling kick that Durham will field at his 20, and he'll be met immediately by a host of Roughers.
That's a time Durham should have signaled for the fair catch and didn't.
Trayshawn Pouncil, one of the first white and green colored jersey. And it'll be marking the football right at the 15-yard line where Tulsa, Washington will take over 1st and 10.
Lost about 5 yards after he caught the ball trying to find some room.
Still here in quarter number one, 2:31 left. Hornets on their last series used only 4 plays to go 56. Of course, the big play, Brooks to Farley on the 38-yard touchdown toss. So now can the Rufford defense settle and match up with the speed? And the Rufford's ability to stay with those jets outside, a big test here tonight. Brooks now with a back to his left as well as to his right. Back in the pocket, Brooks. Blacks comes off the backside, passing the slot. Cope and company get there. Alongside quickly for Muskogee defensively was Trayshawn Pouncil. Gain of 2 from the 15 to the 17. It'll be second down and 8. My Place Barbecue West, along with Nissan of Muskogee, ServPro of Muskogee, like it never happened, and Broadway Manor Care and Rehabilitation, some of our broadcast partners for the 2025 campaign. Clock ticking inside of 2 minutes as it continues to run here in this opening 12 minutes of action of the 2025 campaign. Washington this time will set up off the right shoulder. Now he'll step in front of his quarterback and a line to the left. Snap is back to Brooks. Ruffers come hard off the edge. Cope just missed him. Now Brooks rolling to his right, just going to airmail this one way out of bounds. Kyron Cope was a man on a mission that time, Nick, and you saw his athleticism getting right into the face of the Hornets quarterback.
I think Brooks with that 3 years of experience at quarterback kind of showed it there, though, as he kind of juked one way and went the other and made Cope miss him.
Destin Martin also giving some help defensively in that pressure situation. So another third down situation for the Hornets.
3rd and 8, they need to get it to the 25 for the first down.
They have yet to complete a third down. Of course, they scored on that second down situation back a moment ago. Now motion. Ruffers come on a little blitz. They throw the tunnel screen. It's high. It's caught at the 20 and wrestled out of bounds short of the line to gain. Ruffers came with the blitz off that backside, and that's where the play was going. The catch
pass was complete to number 3.
Made to Micah Washington.
Washington.
He gets to where they'll mark it at the, looks like the 23-yard line, Nick. So it'll be a 6-yard gain. It'll be 4th down and 2. And we'll see if the Hornets will opt to roll the dice, but no, they won't. They'll bring on their punter.
Trayshawn Pouncil doing a job of making the tackle on the sideline over there to keep him from getting the first down.
Kenyon Goodson back deep to return. Pouncil waits on the play, and now a timeout taken by Tulsa, Washington. Let's take the break along with the two teams. Hornets leading the Ruffers 7-0. We're back in 30 seconds. This is Ruffer football in 2025.
In sports, having the right winning strategy is often the difference between winning and losing. The same is true when you need legal representation. For more than 15 years, the law offices of Michael A. Finnerty have successfully provided the winning strategy with excellence and integrity for the people of the Muskogee area in matters of personal injury, social security disability, and workers' compensation issues. The law office, Muskogee Trusts, Michael A. Finnerty, ready to develop a winning strategy. Michael A. Finnerty, 436 Court Street in Muskogee. Call 687-1155. Online at finnertylaw.com.
Well, after this week's wet weather situation, you may be checking the roof. Does your home or your business roof have a leaky spot? Or you're unsure of the condition of your roof? That's when you call the roofing pros, Roughneck Roofing, and let Stephen Lane and his team provide you with full photo report of your roof's condition, along with an honest assessment of your roofing needs. Reach out to them at 918-401-9125. Roughneck Roofing, proud to support Ruffer Athletics.
Carpenter back to punt.
End over end kick that Goodson will field at the 50, running straight ahead, crossing into Hornet territory to the, looks like about the 41-yard line with the minute 20 left to go.
So
here quarter number 1.
Be the 4th possession for the Ruffers. 3 of them have started in Washington territory, but the Ruffers don't have much to show for it so far.
Ruffers started their first series from the 44 in Hornet territory and with 3 plays and out. Started their second series from the midfield stripe and could get nothing. And then the last time picking up the first down by penalty, and now this time we'll start in Hornet territory at the 41. Kaysen Delgado with Marquise Chaplin to his right. Now bring motion. Delgado will Handed off inside. Chaplin had a crease, and he's able to step inside the 40, get down to what it looks like about the 39-yard line, only about a 2-yard gain. Good effort that time defensively by the Hornets linebackers.
Chaplin, 4 carries for 12 yards so far for the Ruffers.
Delgado, 5 yards deep. Hands it off to Chaplin, breaks through the line of scrimmage on his feet at the 35, still turning forward, and gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Looks like he's got the yardage needed all the way to the 30-yard stripe. Good enough for a Kyle Edwards GMC. Ruffer, first down and 10.
Just what he needed at the 31. So good gain of 8 that time by Chaplin.
Move the sticks, first and 10. 2 wide receivers out wide to the right. Step back, give it off again to Chaplin. Darting between the tackles, then he's met by a couple of Hornet defenders. Cherio Perry along with Boone Garrett Springs, 2 of those guys. But the Ruffers do get positive yardage on first down. 3rd and what will be 7 after the 3-yard pickup from the 28-yard line in Hornet territory. Inside the final. It'll be second down, 10 seconds left in the quarter. Delgado takes it, wants to throw, looking to throw to the boundary, lays it high. Is it caught? I think it is from the Ruffer sideline. Great catch out on the far side.
Double coverage, no less.
And a well-thrown ball by the Ruffer quarterback, Cason Delgado.
I think that's Ford, isn't it? Or is it Pouncil?
That reception is made by the Ruffers, number 8.
No, Nunu James might be correct.
Nunu James making the catch at the 8-yard line. First and goal to go. Handed off to Chaplin, fighting off the first contact. Fighting inside the 5. He'll get down to about the 4. And that'll do the first quarter of play. After 12 minutes of action tonight here at S.C. Williams Stadium, Ruffers will start quarter number 2, knocking on the door, looking for their first points of the year. They go to the quarter break, trailing 7-0 to Booker T. Washington. Back after this 1-minute timeout on Ruffer Football.
Hornets 7, the Muskogee Ruffers.
The world of education is driven by numbers. So is the one company more schools and universities call on when fire or water damage strikes. 1-800-SERVPRO. The #1 choice in commercial cleanup and restoration.
When it matters most. The name to remember? ServPro of Muskogee. 918-913-4490. Online at servpro.com.
This land was a tapestry of Indian nations and tiny towns that grew into great cities. Bank First is loyal to the shared mission of growth and success that built Oklahoma. That's why this land was a tapestry of Indian nations and tiny towns that grew into great cities. Bank First is loyal to the shared mission of growth and success that built Oklahoma. That's why in more than 50 communities statewide, our banks are run by local leaders who stick together and work hard to continue unlocking Oklahoma's great promise. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
Back to start the second quarter of action. Ruffers trailing Tulsa, Washington 7-0 here on Ruffer TV. Ruffers trying to find some insurance, Nick, to solve their offensive woes. And when you need insurance, whether it's for your health, your home, your life, your business, that's when you need State Farm insurance agent David Cobb. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there for all your insurance questions and your insurance coverage needs. Count on David Cobb, 918-682-2511. David Cobb, proud to be a part of Ruffer Football.
Ruffers need to put it in here and gain themselves some confidence on offense.
2nd and 4, heavy set to the right. Delgado handing, play action, throws it short, caught by, Barnowski bobbled it. He had it, but he couldn't hold on. The nice play action. Delgado finding the tight end in the end zone, but unable to hold on to it. So it'll be a 3rd and goal situation. That one really stings.
Nice little play, too. The Hornets really took the fake up the middle that time and sucked in, and Barnowski just kind of snuck behind the linebacker, but couldn't hold on to it.
So now 3rd and goal from the 4. Delgado with Chaplin to his left shoulder. Snap, handed off Chaplin, lowers his head, follows the wall of mass of humanity into the end zone. Touchdown, Ruffers. Touchdown, J. Hodge Chevrolet.
Chaplin with his first touchdown completes a 59-yard or 41-yard touchdown drive by the Ruffers. They started in Washington territory, moved it in. The big play, a 21-yard pass from Delgado to Nunu James.
So now it'll be the PAT unit to get out there. Ruffers will use a swinging gate formation, Nick. Now they'll shift over. And Zebulon Balalong. Don't try to spell it. Maybe not even try to pronounce it. Just call it Zion to try to throw through another PAT. Try to tie this game up. Snap down, kicks away, looks strong, looks straight, looks good. Timeout on the field, 11:49 left, quarter number 2. Ruffers and Hornets deadlocked at 7. Back in 30 seconds on Ruffer TV.
The score, the Booker T. Washington Hornets 7.
This land was a tapestry of Indian nations and tiny towns that grew into great cities. Bank First is loyal to the shared mission of growth and success that built Oklahoma. That's why in more than 50 communities statewide, our banks are run by local leaders who stick together and work hard to continue unlocking Oklahoma's great promise. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
Labor Day weekend. Lots of outdoor activities, and with this weather, Nick, no better time to get the group together and maybe have your own little food fest. And when you want the best in barbecue in the Muskogee area, you want My Place Barbecue West. I know you're a fan of the plate.
Sure.
At My Place. Yeah. That's the first place you took me when we came to Muskogee some 40-plus years ago. My Place Barbecue West, whether it's dine-in or carry-out, you'll enjoy your next stop when you eat where the Ruffers eat at My Place Barbecue West.
So the Ruffers get a little confidence booster there with the short field drive completed on the 4-yard run by Chaplin. Kind of getting the offense up and going. Let's see if they can keep the defense now going strong. They stopped Washington the last series.
We'll see how the Ruffers will approach the kick return. Driving kick toward the sideline. This one's going to go out of bounds, so it'll come out to the 35 where the Hornets will take over 1st and 10. 11:49 to go before intermission. Muskogee tonight here in Tulsa at legendary S.C. Williams Stadium. And Nick, in the background, I'm sure our microphone's picking up some of the PA announcing voice of the Hall of Fame PA announcer of so many, many years, Night Train Lane.
Night Train Lane, yep.
And every time I see him, I remember the Ruffers' dramatic comeback, Ron Freeman's ball club that was down for the count at halftime. And the invitation was given to the Ruffers to come to the Hornets victory dance. Well, when it was all said and done, it was a Rufford victory dance and moving on to the playoffs. 1st and 10 for Booker T from the Hornets 35-yard line. Brooks on a knee-high snap tries to hand it off to Washington, coming to his left, and he gets wrestled from behind and dropped. There is a penalty flag down on the play.
Parrish making the tackle, but wondering if he got a hold of the face mask.
Well, the line judge is going to come in from the side here, and it's on the Ruffers. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but the penalty flag was thrown right as the tackle was made on Washington. So personal foul, 15-yard variety. So that'll move it from the 34. It'll take it out to the 49-yard line.
So that's a double whammy because Washington actually lost yardage on the play, but the penalty wipes that out plus some.
So now with the ball near midfield, Hornets will put a 3-receiver package to the far side right. One single receiver to the boundary on the numbers to the left. Brooks with Washington standing to his left. Calls for the snap. The Ruffers jump, and well, that's almost got to be a baited type call there because you look at the quarterback's movement. He jumps those hands forward. The Ruffers eager to come off the football at the snap, jump into the neutral zone, and that 5-yard penalty will take it down now to the 45.
4th penalty against the Ruffers for 40 yards in the game.
So a short yardage situation on 1st down for the orange and black. Brooks with Washington to his left, takes the number snap, throws the slant out on the edge. Ruffers close it quickly. Great effort that time. 4-on-1. Keenan Farley, the intended receiver, and the Ruffer defender coming up quickly. Trayshawn Pouncil stopping that one for no gain. He closed in a hurry, Nick.
He did. Got up there fast, and he read that play very well from that corner spot.
Second down 5.
So now the Hornets will put 2 receivers out either side with the diminutive but sweet feet of Micah Washington to the right side of Levi Brooks. He'll take the waist-high snap. Up the middle comes pressure. Throw it back to the outside edge. Ruffers Pouncil's there again as the catch by the Hornets receiver.
Caden McClellan was the receiver.
He only needed 5, and he got 6 to the 39. It'll be a 1st and 10, Booker T. Clock showing 10:44 and counting here in quarter number 2. Score tied, Muskogee 7 and Tulsa, Washington 7 in this 27th meeting all time between the two schools. Ruffers have won the last 3 encounters by overwhelming scoreboard advantages, but trailed in the overall series 14 games to 12. Brooks taking a little snap, throws it underneath, caught, stepping out of a tackle at the 35 and able to get forward down to the 31-yard line. Again, the previous Caden McClellan. He'll get all the way to the 30-yard line, so that'll be a actually going to mark it at the 31, so it'll be a 8-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Washington going to kind of step up in front of Brooks. Ruffers come on a stunt and get inside, and there was no place for Brooks to find a friendly foe for blocking protection. And the quarterback will go back down at the 37-yard line, so that'll be a 6-yard loss.
Hayden Harkin was the first man there. He came blowing through there, made the initial hit, and then Alexander put him to the ground.
Big JoJo Alexander also in that defensive front for the Ruffers. So now personnel changes in the linebacker more to a pass defense.
6 on the play. 3rd down 8. The ball at the
Jamie Compton, one of the 2 receivers out to the far right side, empty backfield for Brooks on a 3rd and 8. Ruffers pressuring the line of scrimmage. Low snap again, coming hard off the edge, looking to throw the ball deep, trying to find the end zone and overthrowing everybody, and the Ruffers punish Brooks after the throw. As getting there that time for Muskogee in the backfield with Jack Green and company, and the pass incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
Ruffers doing a good job defensively there that time. Just step for step on the coverage.
So the punter will come aboard. Actually, now he's going to go off, and Levi Brooks will stay in, Nick, so you got to be ready for this one because Brooks is not the standard punter. He could try to make something happen here. Snap, takes it, launches a towering kick, and it will knuckle it about the 3 and bounce into the end zone.
Pretty nice kick for a guy that doesn't punt.
But actually, now they're going to mark the ball out of bounds, Nick, at the 2-yard line. A coffin corner kick by Levi Brooks has pinned the Ruffers deep. I don't know how that one set up.
I wish I had replay. I'd like to see that one.
35-yard punt pins the Ruffers deep at their own 2-yard line with 8:51 to play here before halftime. Halftime, we'll be talking about our TTCU Teacher of the Game. Be a feature we have each week at halftime. Glad to have everybody aboard with us on Ruffer TV on this season opener, 0-week competition for the Ruffers and the Hornets.
So the Ruffer offense now need to grind it out, get out of the shadow of their own goal line.
1st and 10 from their own 2-yard line. Hornets crowd the line of scrimmage. The handoff goes inside. Ball comes free. It's loose in the end zone. Hornets are going to come up with it. And I think Booker T's got it, and they're going to call it a touchdown.
Oh, wow.
Mishandled exchange between Chaplin and Delgado, and now a penalty flag thrown after the play. Wait and see which way this penalty will be enforced, but it's after the play. Hornets get the fumble recovery in the end zone. I did not get a number on the young man that recovered the fumble. I don't know if this will be an excessive celebration penalty or if it will be a foul against the Ruffers for a frustrated result.
Wow.
Long discussion for the officiating crew. Ruffer offense is still out there,
The
Nick.
fumble recovered by the Hornets, number 26, Andrew Campanale.
Andrew Campanale recovering the fumble. It is a touchdown.
There's a personal foul being assessed against the
Personal foul.
Hornets. Will be assessed on the kickoff.
Against the Hornets. And that'll be assessed on the kickoff. So Campanale's fumble recovery in the end zone scored 6 more points on the scoreboard for Tulsa, Washington. Snap down, the kick's away. It's strong and splits the upright. It's good. So a turnover puts points on the board for Tulsa, Washington. And just like that, the T leads the G. 14-7. Back in 30 seconds. You're watching and listening to Rougher Football in 2025.
Folks, Kyle Edwards, GMC in Muskogee. I was born and raised in Muskogee. Our family has owned the GMC dealership for over 50 years. We take great pride in being in the Muskogee community. Things have changed over the years, but one thing remains the same, our desire to take care of our customers. Looking for a new GMC truck or SUV? We've got them, and you have our commitment to give you the best buying experience around. From sales, parts, or service, we are here for you. You have my promise to give you the best selection, best price, and the most for your trade-in at 1600 North Main in Muskogee or KyleEdwardsGMC.com.
Mental mistakes, turnovers, costly penalties, always figuring into a season-opening ball game, and it's done it tonight. Ruffers fumbling the ball in the end zone, and Andrew Campanale recovering for the Hornets to put 6 points on the Booker T scoreboard. The PAT making it 14-7.
I think you're seeing kind of the idea of an experienced quarterback and running back working together for the Hornets, while the Ruffers are kind of still trying to find their way with so many new faces in skill positions.
And armchair quarterbacks will be what they will be, Nick, but I have to say be patient with this football team as they develop their offensive set. The 15-yard personal foul against Booker T after the touchdown will back the ball from the 40 back to the 25 for the kickoff. And on the kickoff will be Elijah Williams. Is that correct? No, Nico Stevens. Ruffers should get a little better field position here. Williams, one of 4 place kickers on this squad. He uses the strong right leg to drive Goodson back inside the 20. He'll come up the middle 25, spin out of a tackle at the 30, across the 40, across the 45, and out near midfield goes Kenyon Goodson. Now, Nick, we saw last year what Goodson can do when he was able to, on a return, or I remember one pass interception, he had some pretty big results too, but that's a nice return to the midfield stripe to start this offensive series. And the Ruffers with 8:37 to go before halftime, trying to get back in this one.
Second nice return tonight by Goodson. He returned the opening kickoff of the game, you'll remember, back just about the 50-yard line, too.
We'll start at the end of the game, our Buffalo Wild Wings player of the game. And right now, Kenyon Goodson making himself an obvious candidate. See what happens throughout the rest of the evening. 1st and 10 from the midfield stripe. Snap, hand off to Chaplin, running straight into the meat of that defensive front of Tulsa, Washington. And Chaplin will get maybe a yard forward progress down to the 49-yard line. Weather change this week, Nick. I love it tonight. That's going to mean sooner or later your leaves will begin to fall, and that's when you're going to need the help of Antonio Zapata and his crew at Zapata Lawn and Tree. Let them clean up the mess. You can stay inside and watch. They do a great job. They did it for me. They'll do it for you. Zapata Lawn and Tree. Check them out on Facebook. Now Delgado on a 2nd and 9, rolling to his right, throws upfield, catch is made as making the grab was Marquise Chaplin, and he's hit immediately. Forward progress will go downfield, only 4-yard pickup. And the Ruffers will have a 3rd down and 5.
Another Chaplin, number 9, Anthony Chaplin. Tackling.
Ruffers have to reach the 40-yard line. Clock showing 7:40 to play before intermission. Beasley will be wide to the left, along with Decaden Ford. And Ruffers fire off prior to the snap. I don't know if that's a lineman mistake or if it's a slow snap, but whatever the case will be, instead of 3rd and 5, it's now on the false start, going to result in a 3rd and 10.
New James jumped the count there that time, just about a step ahead of the count. So that'll be another 5 against the Ruffers. Gives them 5 penalties for 45 yards.
Ruffers will bring in an extra speed demon is coming aboard Avon Goodland, and Koda Baraski goes out. 2 wide receivers left and right. Pressure up the middle. Delgado across the middle, throws a little bit too far in front of Goodland, the intended receiver. And it'll be a 3 and out for Muskogee in another punting situation with 7:08 to go here in quarter number 2.
2 of 9 passing for Delgado so far for 23 yards.
The conversation between Mason Fine and his quarterback, Kason Delgado, will be one of comfort, understanding, and then direction coming up to the halftime break.
Deep man for the Hornets, number 5, Davion Durham.
Durham back deep for the Hornets.
Zevelin Ballalong on to kick. As the Rupper special teams finally get adjusted, the play clock down to 2. Snap is away. It's high. Ballalong's able to get it, and he'll throw it up into the night sky. It's going to hit it about the 17-yard line. Ruppers will touch it there. As making the first deflection on it was Trayshawn Pouncil. He's been there a lot tonight.
We've had mentioned his name several times. Yeah.
So Tulsa, Washington leading 14-7 here with the ball at the 16-yard line. Exactly 7 minutes remaining before halftime.
Again, football fans, don't forget food trucks in the vicinity at the north end, Apache in the hood at the south end. Brothers winging it.
Tulsa, Washington in the all-orange jerseys, black helmets. Ruppers in the all-white with green numerals. Brooks with Washington to his left. Takes the snap at his knees, stands up, rifles the pass across the middle. Oh, it's wide and almost picked off. Off the fingertips of the slanting receiver, and Goodland was in coverage from his safety spot, as that pass was intended that time for Davion Durham. So stops the clock on the incomplete forward pass, brings up 2nd and 10. Ruppers would like to get a 3 and out right here. Grab the line of scrimmage. Brooks going to throw back behind a receiver. Receiver's knee was on the turf when he made the catch. They'll allow him to move forward, as making the grab that time for Tulsa, Washington was Keenan Farley. He'll go from the 16 upfield to the 23. That'll be a 7-yard pickup. It'll be a 3rd and 3 and a lot of options now for Brooks and the Hornets offense.
For the Hornets, the ball at their own 23-yard line.
2 receivers split outside the hash to the right side. Brooks with Washington off his left shoulder, going to take it. Quick strike out of the edge, caught in space, has the first down yardage in some. As making the catch that time was Davion Durham, the 5'7", 158-pound senior speedster. His forward progress going to the 29, more than enough on a 6-yard pickup for a Hornet 1st and 10.
Hornets now kind of using that little short pass game this series. Just a little short flips to the outbacks, getting 4, 5, 6 yards.
Slot either side, wide receiver left and right. Brooks with Washington off his left hip. Takes the snap. Stands comfortably in the pocket. Now there's some pressure. Has to ramble free, and the Ruppers have him behind the line of scrimmage. That outside edge came tumbling down quickly. Jack Green was back there. And the Ruppers finally finish it off for a loss of 2. Kyron Cope making the first tackle for loss tonight for his records. Really like the potential of Kyron Cope, Nick, at that defensive end spot. I mean, he's a guy that he's the strongest man on the team.
2nd down, 12. The ball at the Hornets.
Had 64 tackles a year ago. 2nd and 12 as the play clock counts down to 6, now to 5. Put Washington in motion. They'll throw a little swing route, trying to get outside on the edge. And the Ruffers defensed it very, very well. Reading it perfectly and coming up in a hurry was the Ruffer defensive man. That is Avon Goodland, the 5'10", 160-pound senior transfer from Wagner.
So
Washington loses back to the 23.
Lost 4. It'll be 3rd down and now 16 needed. Needed to reach the 39 for the first down marker. Hornets will be forced to punt into that wind, Nick, that has it's gotten a little more steady. It's not anything really, I think, that much of an effect on kicking game, but now on a 3rd and 16. Brooks will take the snap at his knees. Has great protection this time. Now being forced to the pocket. Tries to throw back underneath, and the Ruffers were waiting as Barnowski will wrap both hands around him and slam the receiver to the turf.
Barnowski's lucky he didn't get a call there.
That was Michael Washington on the reception. He'll get the 6 lost on the preceding 2 plays. And it'll be a 4th and 10 call. The Hornet crowd in front of us, obviously very partial. They thought there could have been an excessive physicality flag thrown against the Ruffer defense. This time it'll be Goodland back to stand around the 42-yard line for the punt return.
Carpenter back to punt it away for the Hornets.
Bill Huddleston, Nick Hampton, and our Ruffer TV crew. Pressure up the middle. Almost got to it. It'll bounce, and Ruffers had got it done. They made a mistake. Oh, Goodland made a big, big mistake. The ball was touched. You can't advance the muff, but Goodland trying to pick it up on a bounce. Just get out of the way. Another costly error, Nick, for the Ruffers. This time by the special teams. Ruffers came with heat into the face of the punter trying to get to it, and then couldn't get the message back to Goodland and company to get out of the way. And Booker T. Washington will recover at the Muskogee 37-yard line. Wow, wow, wow. 3:18 to play before halftime.
Now the Hornets have a chance to do some more damage here before halftime, and they've got the ball in Ruffer territory.
So now the Ruffers defense going to have to answer the call. Brooks and company. Cheerio Perry credited with that fumble recovery for Booker T. Brooks takes the snap, and there's motion up front. I think this one's going to be a 5-yard walk-off on the Hornets offense. It's just a series of timing and players getting adjusted to the circumstances of the game, Nick. And sometimes you're breathing a little bit hard. Sometimes you're a little bit over-revved up, and you go prior to the snap. I see the breeze has gotten to you. Now you're going to take my jacket?
Yeah, you don't want it.
1st and 15. Brooks with Washington on a high snap, pulls it down with one hand. He's being flushed from the pocket. Now he's in trouble, and I think we're going to get a holding foul here charged to Tulsa, Washington. Brooks was lucky to get his hands on that. But Jack Green, the 6'3", 265-pound junior nose guard, was in the backfield.
Number 67, Jack Green.
We'll talk with the Ruffer defensive captains about what they want to do here. Take the down or the yardage, and I think Dale Condit and his defensive coordinator, Travis Bryant, I would think, would back it up. That'll be the call.
Yeah. So 10-yard walk-off makes the 7th penalty of the night against the Hornets now for 55 yards.
And it's from the spot, so it'll move it back to the 48-yard line and Hornets into the field. So they've got to go all the way to the 27 on the opposite side. So it's 1st and now 25. Brooks takes the waist-high snap, standing with good protection. Now it breaks down, dancing around, going to throw it upfield, just dancing outside the pocket, and able to get the pass away incomplete.
Goodson had a hold of him by the waist as he was trying to throw that ball and made it go awry.
So you're beginning to see the Ruffer defensive front kind of get an advantage. But if Brooks has time, he can deliver the pass on target, and then once those speed guys get it, they're tough to contain. 2nd down and now 25. Clock stopping on that incomplete forward pass with 3:03 left to go before halftime. 14-7, Tulsa, Washington on top tonight from S.E. Williams Stadium. 2 backs, one either side. Now they'll motion out of that. Brooks will fake the swing pass. He'll give it off to Washington underneath, and the Ruffer defensive front with open arms, ready and waiting.
Nothing there at all. So 3rd down and long now for the Hornets.
Jack Green again making his physical presence known. No gain on that play, and it'll be third down and long for the Hornets.
2:39 left to play here before halftime. Hornets leading 14-7.
Twin receivers outside the hash marks, left and right. Brooks with Washington, setting off his left shoulder. The 3-year starter at quarterback takes the snap. Hard up pressure off the edge. Throw it behind, and it's incomplete. Good coverage defensively by the Ruffers defensive group. As getting a hand on it that time was Trayshawn Pouncil.
And Kyron Cope getting a hand on Brooks as he delivered it, and that probably had something to do with the errant pass.
So after gifting Tulsa, Washington a fumble recovery in plus territory, the Ruffer defense answers the call. Stopping the clock with 2:20 to go before halftime. 14-7 Tulsa, Washington on top. Snap is back, kick is away. It's a driving kick. Ruffers will take it at about their own 20. This is Goodson, and he'll get upfield to about the 26-yard line, where Muskogee will start 1st and 10 with 2:12 to go. Nick, if you're considering relocating, if you're considering buying or selling a home, you need a professional to answer all your questions and take care of all the necessary paperwork that goes in. Not only doing all the paperwork, but also getting all the right details handled, including the price. And that's when you need your friend at First Choice Realty of Muskogee, Century 21, Monica Medley, managing broker of that agency. She's a pro. She knows how to get it done right the first time. Contact Century 21 First Choice Realty, Monica Medley. Proud to be a part of Ruffer football. 1st and 10. Delgado again fumbling the football. It's bouncing around on the turf.
I think he got back on it.
It's going to be a big loss, though, back to the 19-yard line, it appears. So a 7-yard loss. Kaysen Delgado has had a rough introduction to the 2025 campaign.
Second down, 17.
Clock showing 1:44 to go here. No need to get in a hurry, but at the same time, don't give the ball back to the Hornets. Now, getting the handoff is Marquise Chaplin. He'll get out across the 20 to the 22.
Initial contact made
getting
by
3.
Number 52, Chase Robinson.
Robinson in on the stop for the Hornet defense, and the clock will continue to count down with 1:19 left to go. Hornets have one timeout left. They may not want to spend it here, Nick, perhaps hoping they can stop this on a 3rd down call and then let their offense use the extra timeout.
Yeah. They'll have to use it, though, after this play if they're going to use it at all.
10 seconds on the play clock as Jason Pirtle flashes in the signal. Delgado will take it, and he'll just throw it to the turf.
Yeah,
he spiked it.
Okay.
So that incomplete pass will stop the clock with 50 seconds left, and let Z come in and try to change the
That'll bring up a 4th down
field position with a strong kick here with the wind at his back.
Not quite sure I understand that. Stop the clock for the Hornets.
Durham will be back on the opposite side of the 50 around the 47, waiting on the kick by the Ruffer special teams. 4th and 15. Good snap. Ball along, shanks this one off the side of his foot. It's a wobbly, but it takes a great Ruffer bounce, and it'll tumble across midfield all the way down to the 42-yard line. We're with exactly 39 seconds left.
Good for 36 yards.
Tulsa, Washington will get one more opportunity here, Nick, to manage the clock and try to move the distance to add points before intermission.
They still have that one timeout left as well if they can do something and get some big yardage here.
39 seconds left before the halftime break.
If you've got a trick play in your book, this might be the time for Coach Goodman to pull it out.
Well, perhaps this is where that Ruffer defense comes up with its own takeaway highlight reel opportunity. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 for the Hornets.
Trips go out wide to the right for Brooks. Single receiver to the boundary left. The snap is low. They'll swing it out. Oh, there was an almost INT coming. Rufford defensive group got there and got a hand on it.
That pass intended for number 6, Jamie Compton, falls incomplete.
Making the defensive effort that time was Destin Martin. Stops the clock with 35.8, but a penalty against the Hornets. They didn't have enough men on the line of scrimmage, so it'll stay 1st and 10 and wipe out the incomplete statistic.
First down 15 for the Booker T.
1st and 15 here from S.C. Williams Stadium inside the 42nd mark of the opening 2 quarters of play. Tulsa, Washington with a 7-point advantage, trying to add to it before halftime. Farley will be out wide to the right, along with Jackson. Brooks takes the play action snap, hands off in traffic, and the Rufford defenders stuff that at the line of scrimmage. The gain will be maybe 2.
Sweet Pete Washington, the ball carrier.
As Washington gets a couple off that penalty.
See if Washington will just let this run out or whether they're going to.
I got a feeling they'll snap the football and hope for one big play moment. Brooks with Washington. 8 seconds now 7. And see if Nate Goodman's just going to play it close to the vest. And he'll do so and let time expire, and the two teams will go to the halftime dressing room. 14-7, Tulsa, Washington, taking advantage of opportunities and making the best of them to post a 14-7 halftime break over the Muskogee Ruffers tonight here at S.C. Williams Stadium. Stay tuned. After the break, we'll come back with this week's TTCU Teacher of the Game. He's an interesting guy. He's a great guy, and you'll want to find out more about him when we come back on the other side of the timeout. Halftime score, Tulsa, Washington 14, Muskogee 7. We're back after this 2-minute timeout on Rufford TV.
In times of need, it's comforting to see faces of people you know and trust. Cornerstone Funeral Home in Muskogee cherishes the opportunity to be there for you and your family in life's most challenging times when friends are most important. Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory welcomes the opportunity to answer any questions regarding planning and pre-arrangements for you and your loved ones. Experience the difference. Cornerstone Funeral Home, 1830 North York in Muskogee, where you'll find faces you know and reputations you trust.
Final summer sale. It's always big at J. Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee. Buy a new Silverado 1500. Take $10,000 off MSRP. New 2026 Equinox $450 a month. Not a lease. Don't overpay. Now through Labor Day, come see Jay. New Silverado $10,000 off. Own Equinox $450 a month. J. Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee. 144 West Shawnee.
Green Country has never been more connected. This summer, get up to 4 phones on us. Choose from the newest Apple and Samsung devices. Plus, you can save big with our unlimited talk, text, and data plans. Visit us today in-store or online at bravadowireless.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Green Country has never been more connected. This summer, get up to 4 phones on us. Choose from the newest Apple and Samsung devices. Plus, you can save big with our unlimited talk, text, and data plans. Visit us today in-store or online at bravadowireless.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Pioneer Abstract, proudly serving residential and commercial customers throughout Muskogee County since 1905. Serving banks, mortgage companies, and mortgage brokers with refinancing, purchase, 1031 tax-deferred exchanges, along with full escrow services and more. Pioneer Abstract offers the convenience of centralized services for escrow accounts, title insurance, and title searches. Pioneer Abstract, here yesterday, here today, and here tomorrow at 412 West Broadway in downtown Muskogee, or call Pioneer Abstract at 683-2904.
Federal Credit Union Teacher of the Game. This week's recipient is Tracy Wilmus. With 32 years of teaching and coaching, Tracy teaches 3D and ceramic classes at Muskogee High School. He holds a BA in art education and carries 2 other teaching certificates. He's certified to teach art K through 12 as well as math 6 through 12. Coach Wilmus is also the Ruffers volleyball coach this season, where his team continuously emphasizes unity, along with team bonding and how to survive amidst chaos when out of system. In his own words, coaching is a balancing act between our athletes' mentality and physical abilities. The playing field is seldom level. One of my duties as coach, he says, is to unlock each player's unique aspects and help them recognize their vitality to the game. Tracy Wilmus has also been a high school soccer, baseball, softball, and basketball coach prior to his arrival in Muskogee. He championed a skateboarding and surfing club as well, traveling abroad to France with 25 of his students at his previous location. When told this week of being chosen as the TTCU Teacher of the Game, Tracy Wilmus was overwhelmed with excitement. In his words, it has been an amazing opportunity and an honor to help continue to carry on the legacy and commitment to excellence Muskogee High School has for its students, its community, and to the state of Oklahoma.
I think the best thing about being part of the Rougher Nation is seeing and feeling the pride and passion of our athletes and our students. Family one family.
He is an interesting guy and a fun guy to be around. He's our this week TTCU Federal Credit Union Teacher of the Game, Tracy Wilmus. Halftime score, Tulsa, Washington 14, Muskogee 7. Stay tuned. More from S.E. Williams after this 2-minute timeout on Rougher TV.
Brunt's Barbecue serves up hand-rubbed, slow-cooked goodness. Anytime you're feeding a few hundred, hey, we're just tailgating with friends. Call the experts. Brunt's Barbecue. Ribs, brisket, burnt ends, mouth-watering hot link, and smoked chicken, where everything is made from scratch, from the barbecue sauce to the banana pudding. Give us a try, and you won't be disappointed. Brunt's Barbecue, 918-681-3900. Brunt's Barbecue, slow-cooked goodness in Muskogee.
There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan of Muskogee. Call 918-683-6605 or go to nissanofmuskogee.com. There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan of Muskogee. Call 918-683-6605 or go to nissanofmuskogee.com.
In sports, having the right winning strategy is often the difference between winning and losing. The same is true when you need legal representation. For more than 15 years, the law offices of Michael E. Finnerty have successfully provided the winning strategy with excellence and integrity for the people of the Muskogee area in matters of personal injury, social security disability, and workers' compensation issues. The law office, Muskogee trusts Michael A. Finnerty, ready to develop a winning strategy. Michael A. Finnerty, 436 Court Street in Muskogee. Call 687-1155. Online at finnertylaw.com.
The world of education is driven by numbers. So is the one company more schools and universities call on when fire or water damage strikes. 1-800-SERVPRO. The #1 choice in commercial cleanup and restoration.
When it matters most. The name to remember? ServPro of Muskogee. 918-913-4490. Online at servpro.com.
In sports, having the right winning strategy is often the difference between winning and losing. The same is true when you need legal representation. For more than 15 years, the law offices of Michael E. Finnerty.
Time of possession favoring Tulsa, Washington, and Nick Hampton as you take a look at the numbers and kind of recap the plays of the opening 2 quarters of play. I think it favors, just like the scoreboard, advantage Tulsa, Washington.
Well, and when you look at it, the Roughers probably fortunate to be down only 14-7 at this point. Looking at the statistics here in this first half, for the Roughers, just 3 first downs in the first half, 14 carries, only 15 yards on the ground for Muskogee. Most of that coming from Chaplin, who's carried 9 times for 31, and then Delgado has some minus yardage where he's gotten sacked a couple of times. Delgado 2 of 10 passing so far for 23 yards. So the Roughers with 38 yards of total offense here in the first half. Roughers have fumbled the ball once. They fumbled it in the end zone, and Washington recovered for a touchdown. And then they had the one muff on the punt that Washington recovered deep in the territory. Roughers fortunate that didn't convert into anything, and the Rougher defense held there. So a couple of turnovers in that department. Roughers have been penalized 5 times for 45 yards in the game, most of those coming fairly early in the contest. Chaplin, we said, the leading ball carrier, 9 carries for 31 yards. For the Washington Hornets, they have 5 first downs in the first half. They have 11 carries for no yards on the ground so far. Passing, though, after kind of a shaky start, Levi Brooks got going, and now is 9 of 15 through the air tonight for 93 yards and 1 touchdown. They have lost no fumbles, no turnovers by Washington in the game, and the Hornets have been penalized 8 times for 60 yards tonight. Washington scored on a 38-yard pass play on a long pass, and then they recovered a fumble or rougher fumble in the end zone for their other touchdown. The Roughers scored on their possession on a 41-yard drive in 7 plays, with Chaplin going over from 4 yards out for the Roughers' only touchdown of the night, and it's 14-7 Hornets at the half. We'll come back with that 14-7 margin here at halftime after this 3-minute timeout. You're watching and listening to Rougher Football.
This land was a tapestry of Indian nations and tiny towns that grew into great cities. Bank First is loyal to the shared mission of growth and success that built Oklahoma. That's why in more than 50 communities statewide, our banks are run by local leaders who stick together and work hard to continue unlocking Oklahoma's great promise. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
Have you been injured as the result of a car accident? Has your family been impacted by the death of a loved one caused by someone else's negligence? Whatever you're dealing with, you don't have to face it alone. At 222 Injury Lawyers, our dedicated personal injury attorneys are here to fight for the justice and compensation you deserve. Call 918-528-0222.
Folks, Kyle Edwards, GMC in Muskogee. I was born and raised in Muskogee. Our family has owned the GMC dealership for over 50 years. We take great pride in being in the Muskogee community. Things have changed over the years, but one thing remains the same, our desire to take care of our customers. Looking for a new GMC truck or SUV? We've got them, and you have our commitment to give you the best buying experience around. From sales, parts, or service, we are here for you. You have my promise to give you the best selection, best price, and the most for your trade-in at 1600 North Main in Muskogee or KyleEdwardsGMC.com.
Proudly serving the elderly of the Muskogee community, Broadway Care Rehabilitation Center is a skilled nursing facility empowering better living through long-term care as well as many other respite care options. And coming soon to Broadway, the Memory Care Unit. At Broadway Care Rehabilitation, the amazing therapy department can help you or your loved one get back on their feet. Contracted with most major insurances, follow them on Facebook and see many of the enriching activities offered to the residents. Broadway Care Rehabilitation Center, proud to support the Muskogee Roughers.
In times of need, it's comforting to see faces of people you know and trust. Cornerstone Funeral Home in Muskogee cherishes the opportunity to be there for you and your family in life's most challenging times when friends are most important. Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory welcomes the opportunity to answer any questions regarding planning and pre-arrangements for you and your loved ones. Experience the difference. Cornerstone Funeral Home, 1830 North York in Muskogee, where you'll find faces you know and reputations you trust.
Final summer sale. It's always big at J. Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee. Buy a new Silverado 1500. Take $10,000 off MSRP. New 2026 Equinox $450 a month. Not a lease. Don't overpay. Now through Labor Day, come see Jay. New Silverado, $10,000 off. Own Equinox $450 a month. J. Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee. 144 West Shawnee.
In times of need, it's
Final summer sale. It's always big at J. Hodge.
Muskogee Roughers on the short end of the scoreboard, 14-7 in this 2025 opener for new head football coach Dale Conant and this year's Muskogee Roughers next Friday night back at Rufford Village. And you'll want to be on hand to pack the house when the Roughers come home to take on the Mounties of Rogers, who tonight are at home as they're taking on North Little Rock. And then 2 weeks from tonight, Muskogee will travel across the Arkansas border to take on Bentonville West, who, Nick Hampton, has a very explosive squad as well.
They're going to have one of the better teams in Arkansas. And that was an exciting game last year when these teams met. The Ruffers won at 29-28, I believe, 49-48, as I remember. Big shootout in that contest and a thriller all the way around. And so that'll be probably the toughest assignment for the Ruffers here in the early going, as Bentonville West is predicted to be one of the top teams in their class in Arkansas this year.
Some other scores involving future opponents of the Ruffers. Ponca City on the district schedule. They're comfortably in front of Enid 38-6. That's at halftime. Some other 6A2 scores. No score between Bishop Kelly and Sapulpa. Bartlesville in front of Newcastle 28-20. Putnam City West trailing Southeast 14-13. And Lawton, one of those teams on that other division of 6A2. They lead Eisenhower in the Bedlam City matchup there in southwest Oklahoma. The Wolverines leading the Eagles 29-0. Choctaw in front of Lubbock Monterey 16-9. And Piedmont shutting out Midwest City at halftime 33-0. Don't forget, when you have need for medical assistance, whether it's walkers, crutches, wheelchairs, or perhaps you just need bandages, or you need some advice on what to do with medical equipment, that's when you need the pros at Alpine Medical Supply. They can help you find the right equipment that you need or the right medical supplies, and they can also help you with all the paperwork that's needed to file for your insurance coverage to take effect. When you need the help, you need a pro. When you get sick, what do? You go to the doctor. Or when you need help with medical equipment and supplies, you go to the doctor of Muskogee's Medical Equipment Services. Alpine Medical Supply, proud to be a part of Ruffer football here in 2025. Nick Hampton, Ruffers are needing some medical supplies because they got to help not only physically, but I think more so mentally to refocus as they come out for the third and fourth quarter to put all the pieces together and get back on the winning side of this one.
Well, the Ruffers had their chances. The game started pretty optimistically for the Ruffers as Goodson returned the opening kickoff, and Ruffers were in Washington territory for their first possession. In fact, the first couple of three possessions, they were in or close to Washington territory, but just unable to do anything until they got that one drive going on a short field where they went 41 yards and managed to cash it in. But it's been the turnovers that have really gotten them. They had the one 38-yard pass that Booker T had where they burnt the cornerback speed-wise, and just Farley just went right by him and made the catch for the touchdown. And then the Ruffers fumbled at the 2-yard line, went back into the end zone, and Washington recovered for the other touchdown that they have. And the Hornets have had their opportunities, too, a couple of times in Ruffer territory. The muffed punt down there in the second quarter. Fortunately, the Ruffer defense able to hold them and keep them from making any more inroads in there. So it's been a game really probably not surprising, where you've seen penalties, you've seen turnovers, maybe a little more than I thought we would from the Ruffers in terms of, kind of like you said, not looking quite totally organized and ready to go yet.
Certainly not as polished here in this season opener, opening 2 quarters to play. 14-7, Tulsa, Washington on top. We'll take this break and return to S.C. Williams Stadium after a 2-minute timeout as you continue watching and listening to Ruffer football in 2025 on Ruffer TV.
Green Country has never been more connected. This summer, get up to 4 phones on us. Choose from the newest Apple and Samsung devices. Plus, you can save big with our unlimited talk, text, and data plans. Visit us today in-store or online at bravadowireless.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Green Country has never been more connected. This summer, get up to 4 phones on us. Choose from the newest Apple and Samsung devices. Plus, you can save big with our unlimited talk, text, and data plans. Visit us today in-store or online at bravadowireless.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Pioneer Abstract, proudly serving residential and commercial customers throughout Muskogee County since 1905. Serving banks, mortgage companies, and mortgage brokers with refinancing, purchase, 1031 tax-deferred exchanges, along with full escrow services and more. Pioneer Abstract offers the convenience of centralized services for escrow accounts, title insurance, and title searches. Pioneer Abstract, here yesterday, here today, and here tomorrow at 412 West Broadway in downtown Muskogee, or call Pioneer Abstract at 683-2904.
Runt's Barbecue serves up hand-rubbed, slow-cooked goodness. Anytime you're feeding a few hundred, hey, we're just tailgating with friends. Call the experts, Runt's Barbecue. Ribs, brisket, burnt ends, mouth-watering hot link, and smoked chicken, where everything is made from scratch, from the barbecue sauce to the banana pudding. Give us a try, and you won't be disappointed. Runt's Barbecue, 918-681-3900. Runt's Barbecue, slow-cooked goodness in Muskogee.
There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan of Muskogee. Call 918-683-6605 or go to nissanofmuskogee.com. There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan of Muskogee. Call 918-683-6605 or go to nissanofmuskogee.com.
Back at S.C. Williams Stadium on the 0-week opener for the Muskogee Roughers. At halftime, find themselves on the short end of the scoreboard, 14-7. Interesting to, if we could, stop Mason Fine as he comes by, Nick, and pick his mind about the opening 2 quarters of play. But he's a man of few words. I doubt he'll have too much to say other than what he said to Cason Delgado and his offensive unit.
Well, the teams, of course, were in the locker room, and now the Roughers have come out into the south end zone, and they're all down on one knee, getting some final instructions from Coach Dale Condon and the rest of the crew down there of what they want to try to accomplish. And the Hornets will have the option here, and they'll receive the third quarter kickoff to start, so the Rougher defense will get a chance to make a stop.
Good crew, fans making the trip from Muskogee up to watch this one in person. But we want you to pack the village next Friday night and get on your chance to see the Roughers at home against Rogers, Arkansas, but then also to get to enjoy the musical talents of the Rougher Regiment, along with a halftime performance from the Muskogee dance team. Just be a part of the game night experience at Rougher Village when the Roughers come home to take on Rogers next Friday night in a 7 p.m. kickoff. 14-7 is our halftime score. Back in 3 minutes. This is Rougher football in 2025.
In sports, having the right winning strategy is often the difference between winning and losing. The same is true when you need legal representation. For more than 15 years, the law offices of Michael E. Finnerty have successfully provided the winning strategy with excellence and integrity for the people of the Muskogee area in matters of personal injury, social security disability, and workers' compensation issues. The law office, Muskogee trusts Michael A. Finnerty, ready to develop a winning strategy. Michael A. Finnerty, 436 Court Street in Muskogee. Call 687-1155. Online at finnertylaw.com.
There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan of Muskogee. Call 918-683-6605 or go to nissanofmuskogee.com. There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan of Muskogee. Call 918-683-6605 or go to nissanofmuskogee.com.
The world of education is driven by numbers. So is the one company more schools and universities call on when fire or water damage strikes. 1-800-SERVPRO. The #1 choice in commercial cleanup and restoration.
When it matters most. The name to remember? ServPro of Muskogee. 918-913-4490. Online at servpro.com.
This land was a tapestry of Indian nations and tiny towns that grew into great cities. Bank First is loyal to the shared mission of growth and success that built Oklahoma. That's why in more than 50 communities statewide, our banks are run by local leaders who stick together and work hard to continue unlocking Oklahoma's great promise. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
Have you been injured as the result of a car accident? Has your family been impacted by the death of a loved one caused by someone else's negligence? Whatever you're dealing with, you don't have to face it alone. At 222 Injury Lawyers, our dedicated personal injury attorneys are here to fight for the justice and compensation you deserve. Call 918-528-0222.
Folks, Kyle Edwards, GMC in Muskogee. I was born and raised in Muskogee. Our family has owned the GMC dealership for over 50 years. We take great pride in being in the Muskogee community. Things have changed over the years, but one thing remains the same, our desire to take care of our customers. Looking for a new GMC truck or SUV? We've got them, and you have our commitment to give you the best buying experience around. From sales, parts, or service, we are here for you. You have my promise to give you the best selection, best price, and the most for your trade-in at 1600 North Main in Muskogee or KyleEdwardsGMC.com.
Welcome back to S.C. Williams Stadium on this 0-week season opener. Muskogee trailing Tulsa, Washington 14-7. Hornets will receive the football to begin the third quarter, and an opportunity to put their offense back out on the field. Whenever you're thinking about upcoming celebrations, whether it's for business awards or certain activities, there's one name to remember. That's I-40 Sports and Awards. They can design an award to meet your individual desires. Martin Updike and his team have a great deal of creative experience. They can make the trophy or plaque or any type of special award just the way you would want it, and they can do it at a price that's right, and they can do it to meet your time demands. So whenever it comes to special awards for any occasion, count on the good guys at I-40 Sports and Awards. Of course, Nick Hampton, you and I remember when it was the owner of I-40 Sports and Awards, Martin Updike, dancing around out on the field as a rougher quarterback. Right. I believe his number was 12, if I recall, right?
I think that's right, yep. All right, well, rougher defense will need to knuckle down here. We had a chance sitting outside here as coaches came back up to the press box and kind of buttonholed Mason Fine and Jason Pirtle a little bit about what their teams need to do. Boiled down to executions, what kind of both of them said. Just settle down, play our game, and execute. It's not anything that Washington's done particularly that's bothered them.
Well, there has been some defensive pressure, though, from Dwayne Jones, and that's obviously what you got to do, too. Here's the kick by Zevelin Balalong, picked up at the Twin, 25, out across the 30 and on the boundary, and finally pulled out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. Making the tackle for the Ruffers was Damarian Berryman.
Number 5, Davion Durham returning that.
Davion Durham doing all the return duties for the black and orange clad Hornets. So Tulsa, Washington will start 1st and 10 from its own 34-yard line here to begin the third quarter with a 14-7 advantage. Time now for a takeover here, Nick. A turnover.
Yeah, that would be very nice, or if nothing else, a 3 and out and get the ball back and see what our offense can do.
With 11:54 as we just start the second half. Levi Brooks, a 3-year starter at quarterback, confident, calm, and collected. Takes the knee-high snap, hands it off to Washington, trying to bounce off a block at the edge. Turns on the speed, 40-45, kind of stutter steps, and then changes gear into high motion. Got to the boundary, and he's able to escape up the sideline. He'll go all the way out to the 50-yard line. Be a nice little 16-yard gallop by the man they call Sweet Feet here at Tulsa, Washington.
Longest gain of the night for Washington, 16 yards. Goodland pursuing him out there, but just couldn't quite get the angle to get him out.
Ruffers got blocked inside and couldn't get the outside containment back. Now Washington again through a crease up the middle, and he's inside the Ruffer territory now down to the 39-yard line. That offensive line creating some gaps, and Washington doesn't need but an eyelash of space. He'll gallop downfield for 11. So back-to-back running plays by Tulsa, Washington of 16 and 11, picking up a pair of first downs and into Ruffer territory. Split in left, slot to the right. I don't think the Hornets had 4 off the line of scrimmage, but maybe they did. Now they're just going to throw it up for grabs down the boundary. Perfectly thrown, running past the coverage and into the end zone for the touchdown. I think that's
pass complete. From number 2, Levi Brooks.
Levi Brooks.
Wide receiver number 7, Jalen Jackson.
Jalen Jackson, he just ran past the rougher coverage, and a well-thrown pass by Brooks. A 39-yard strike, and now the Hornets have taken a 2-touchdown advantage with the PAT to follow. Well, that didn't take long. Punch, gut punch, hit you in the face. Extra point, chip through up and good. And with 11:13 to play, the Hornets quickly, in 3 plays, go 66 yards to make it a 2-score advantage. 21-7. Back to S.C. Williams Stadium after this timeout of 30 seconds on Rougher TV.
Proudly serving the elderly of the Muskogee community, Broadway Care Rehabilitation Center is a skilled nursing facility empowering better living through long-term care as well as many other respite care options. And coming soon to Broadway, the Memory Care Unit. At Broadway Care Rehabilitation, the amazing therapy department can help you or your loved one get back on their feet. Contracted with most major insurances, follow them on Facebook and see many of the enriching activities offered to the residents. Broadway Care Rehabilitation Center, proud to support the Muskogee Roughers.
Well, just like that, Tulsa, Washington comes out flexing its offensive muscles. 2 big running plays by Micah Washington, and then the 39-yard picture-perfect pass from Levi Brooks to Jalen Jackson, his 2nd touchdown completion of the night. And the Hornets have opened a 21-7 advantage over the Roughers tonight here at S.C. Williams Stadium.
Second long pass completion, as you said, for Brooks at a 38-yarder to Farley in the first half to put the Hornets on the board initially. And then a 39-yarder, just a beautiful ball thrown that time by Brooks. Threaded it right in, and a good cut right at the last second by the receiver to get in front of the defender.
So now the offense, who had their own issues in the opening 2 quarters, Nick, are going to have to play catch-up, and that's really not what you want. I mean, some people like ranch with their fries. Here's the kick. Goodson will field at the 13. He'll come right up the middle, bounce off the initial contact, and fall forward to the 27-yard line. So can the Rougher offense make its halftime adjustments work as efficiently as Tulsa, Washington did? You know that big offensive strike is just going to kind of amp up the defensive juices of the Hornets.
It will, and really kind of deflates the Rougher air balloon a little bit too, as they're kind of hoping to get something done early in this 3rd quarter.
Cason Delgado making his initial start at quarterback. Takes the snap, hands it off. Chapman hit at the line of scrimmage and twisting forward upfield to about the,
sure he got maybe
a yard to the 28.
Wrapped up in there by number 21,
Cheerio Pare.
You know, one thing we have not seen tonight, which kind of surprises me, we haven't seen Beasley on any kind of a sweep. I thought we might see some of that.
The biggest problem is Delgado's had trouble having time to throw as Chapman works out of the first contact and twisting and driving his feet forward. You'll get to the 31-yard line. So it'll be a 3rd down and 6 situation.
Leading that pursuit
You're right.
the Hornets, number 21, Cheerio.
Jamie Beasley, the 6'2", 165-pound senior wideout, already committed to Sacramento State. And I don't think he's been targeted all night long.
I don't think so, no.
Maybe one time. He's out wide to the right. Shake and bake, pushing him out of bounds, and now Delgado scrambling to his left, looking to throw, and had his pass batted away. That's been the biggest challenge for the Rufford passing game, Nick. Delgado has been scrambling almost from the time he takes the snap and makes any type of play action. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd down, make it 4th down and 6.
2 of 11 passing now for Delgado tonight.
That'll bring up another 4th down.
So it'll be punting time for Zeke again.
Ball along in the first half did a fairly decent job kind of trying to change the field position. Durham will be the man back deep for the orange and black. Good snap. And this time a much better towering kick that Durham will field, and he's hit, fumbled the football. It's bouncing around on the turf. There'll be a scrum for it to see who can wrestle the ball free. Hornet players saying we've got it, and we'll see who comes out of that wrestling match. Ruffers say we've got the football.
Yeah, I think the Hornets might have got it back on it.
Davian Durham fumbled the football, but the officials come in and say it was recovered by Tyron Taylor, and that'll be Booker T. Washington a gasp of fresh air, Nick. And the Hornets will start this time from their own 30-yard line.
Durham's had his problems in the punt receiving department tonight. Had that fair catch at the 2-yard line, then got clobbered on the punt when he didn't make a fair catch, and he should have, and then he fumbles this one.
Timeout on the field. That gives us a chance to remind you that if you're looking for someplace good to take the missus out to eat, why not choose one of my favorite places? Whether it's during the week or on the weekend, that's My Place Barbecue West. You can dine inside. You can have the ribs. You can have the barbecue plate, which is always one of my choices. Or you can ask them for the burgers, which are extremely good. And then treat yourself, Nick, to a big bowl of the copper. I mean, it's better than Mama used to make, and that's really good. So take it from this guy who enjoys the dinner table and treat your family to a night out on the town with a trip to My Place Barbecue West, a proud supporter of Ruffer Athletics.
So the Ruffer defense now, see if they can kind of regroup after that lightning bolt touchdown by the Hornets on that first possession of the third quarter.
Brooks this time with Washington off his left, has one single receiver out to the far boundary on the right. Going to stand in the pocket, throw the little slant. It's caught. Oh, almost deflected away as the Ruffers. Stylen McHenry was in the area at that safety spot, but the pass just enough on target. Jamie Compton making the catch, and the gain goes from the 30 to the 44.
Good enough for another
Hornets get another first down. Now with two tight ends in the game, they'll hand it off to Washington. He'll wait, trying to find a crease. Gets one, 50, 45, 40. Accelerates inside the 40 and goes down to the 37-yard line. That play took a moment to develop, Nick, but once the gap came, Washington squirts through. And Sweet Feet takes it all the way to the 37-yard line in Ruffer territory.
You can really see the momentum of this game now turning as Washington opening some holes and finding some ways to get it done offensively.
19 yards on that last run for Washington. They'll play action pass again and throw it out on the edge. This time the Ruffers cover it well. It's caught. And a tackle immediately made by Trayshawn Pouncil. That gain will go from the 37 to the 33, a 4-yard pickup. It'll be second and 6. Clock running with 8:44 to play here in quarter number 3. Tulsa, Washington with already a third quarter score on the board. Now with a 2-touchdown advantage and wanting to add to that. Single receivers wide left and right. Brooks back in the pocket, has time. He's just going to throw it deep. Ruffers cover it very, very well. This making coverage was Decaden Ford working against Farley. Pass incomplete. It'll be third down and 6. Well, the way that offensive ground game was just bruising the Ruffer defense, Nick, on that first series, I might have been just playing it close to the vest and say, stop me if you can.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Third down, 6.
The Washington offense has really opened up. They found some weaknesses somewhere in that Ruffer defense.
So third and 6, have to reach the 32. Washington dancing off to his left, now to his right, and he'll get inside the 30 to the 29. He had to go to the 28 for the first down stick. Gets 5 of the 6 needed. I don't think there's much of a guesswork here. Well, the Hornets will go for it.
Couple of long two.
That actually wasn't Washington on that last carry, Nick.
I hope it wasn't because he's just checking back in.
Down for the Hornets. 4th down and 2. And
last ball carrier would have been Kalen Collier. So 4th and a long one, short 2. Hard cadence, and the Ruffers jump offside.
There's a penalty flag on the play. Offside's the call.
Offside will be the call against the rougher. The 5-yard penalty against Muskogee will result in a 1st and 10 by flag. And move the ball to the 24-yard line.
An automatic first down.
So this drive started for the Hornets at their own 30. They've moved it now down inside the Muskogee 30 with a first down.
7:28 and the clock counting here in quarter number 3. Brooks handing off to Washington, darting back to his left. He'll tiptoe downfield, sweet feet all the way to about the 23 for a pickup of 1.
Tackle made by the Ruffers, number 11, Kyron Cope.
Ruffers have had pretty good success, Nick, on those situations, but
if he gets outside, though, boy, he's got the speed. He's burned Ruffers a couple of times out there.
A young man that is in his 4th year. He actually started as a freshman. He is a speedster on the oval, on the track oval for Greg Nash in the Tulsa, Washington's men's track program.
23-yard line.
2nd and 9. Again, a hesitation here, but I think this one might be a procedural penalty against Booker T. Yeah. Brooks was calling for the snap, and everybody moved but the football. So it'll back it up 5. That'll put it back at the 28-yard line.
28-yard line. 6 minutes, 30 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Hornets 21.
2nd down and about 14 for the Hornets.
Jalen Jackson will be out wide to the right, and this is Farley to the left side. Brooks will take the snap, play action series, going to throw it up for Jackson, running right past the rougher cornerback. And
stop and go, and he just burned Nunu back there bad.
Goes all the way incomplete, fortunately.
Brooks' pass was intended for a wide open number 7, Jacqueline Jackson.
Ruffers trying to find the right personnel in that defensive secondary.
For the Hornets.
That time, Jackson, with that little hesitation move, froze the corner, and the pass, fortunately for Muskogee, was overthrown.
So the Ruffers now have the Hornets back 3rd and long. See if they can stop them here and get control back
Have to go to the 15, football at the 28, so it's a 3rd and 13 situation. Brooks will take the waist-high snap. Drops back, pumps, now looks to throw underneath, and the ball incomplete. Ruffers' Kyron Cope was chasing Brooks out of the pocket, and he was able to maintain his composure and find a receiver in the area. The pass will be incomplete, but we do have penalty flags back in the defensive secondary.
And an injured Hornet on the field as well.
So while there's a break in the action, that gives us a chance to tell you when you're needing medical supplies for any situation, whether it's wheelchairs, whether it's crutches, or even if it's just some good medical advice, that's when you need the good doctors at Alpine Medical Supply. No, not actually doctors, but they are professionals in their own right, and they can help you find the right equipment or the right supplies to help you through your physical challenges, and also can help you with that sometimes frustrating paperwork to get it covered by your insurance. So whenever you have need for medical supplies or equipment, you need Alpine Medical Supply, and Alpine Medical, again, proud to be a part of Rougher football here this season in 2025.
Unsportsmanlike conduct call against the Ruffers was the flag.
There's one both
ways.
ways.
There's one both ways now, so offsetting penalties. And it'll be 4th and long for the Hornets.
So they'll replay the. Is it going to be a 3rd down or 4th down situation?
I think it's 4th. I think they were. They were dead ball fouls.
Were they? Okay.
Yeah.
So they do rule them dead ball fouls. So it'll be the incomplete pass, and it, as a down marker says, 4th down. The scoreboard said 3rd down.
Penalties being assessed against both the Ruffers and the
See if they changed the number on the stick across the way. I don't think they did, and they're going to bring in the field goal team. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line.
Carpenter is the kicker, I think.
This will be a 45-yard field goal. The tee right at the just off the center of the field. Good snap. kicks away. This one's going to, I think, it just fell short. It was on target, so the 45-yard field goal goes awry, and the defense is able to stand its ground, Nick.
Elijah Williams.
As Elijah Williams' kick was short.
Kicker,
So with 6:06 to play here in quarter number 3, Muskogee will get the football back for the second time. Think how many first downs tonight for the Muskogee Ruffers so far?
At halftime, we had only 3, and we
haven't got one here.
None here, so still at 3.
It's time for the offense to giddy up go, so to speak.
Booker T. Washington High School football coming up right up.
Football at the 20-yard line on that failed 45-yard field goal try.
88-26.
Kaysen Delgado bringing the jet sweep motion. They pitch it, coming to the corner. This is Beasley trying to get out on the edge, and he'll cut upfield, going from the 20 out to about the 26, it looks like. Gain of 6 on first down. First time we've called first time we've called the name of Jamie Beasley all season, all night long.
Gain of 6 on the play, second down 4.
He's a guy that can make things happen, so he needs to be an integral part of this offense.
Delgado out of the gun. Play action, gets the extra blocking back in space, throws it high, and it's picked off. Was looking for Behrman on the crossing route, and the pass was way overthrown, and it's an INT for Tulsa, Washington.
Somebody had miscommunication there. Behrman was nowhere near that pass.
Number 5, Davion Durham.
Jones makes the interception.
Durham got the INT.
Durham, I'm sorry. Davion Durham.
So what is that, the third turnover of the night for the Ruffers?
Yep, that's right.
So now with 5:54 to play here in the third, Tulsa, Washington will start in Ruffers territory at their own 37-yard line. 3 wide receivers go outside to the right. Single receiver to the short side boundary left.
37-yard line.
Brooks calling motion. Has the time to look to throw. Ruffers came like a tidal wave.
Wow.
There was no escape route. Arias Parrish coming off that linebacker spot. He got into the grill of the quarterback, Levi Brooks, who kind of hobbled over toward the sideline for some equipment adjustment. But, man, Parrish came in a hurry.
Van Holt was in on that, too. He goes off the field kind of hobbling now.
Back at the 45, so it's a loss of 8.
45-yard line. 5 minutes.
Second down and 18.
Here in the third quarter.
5:15 to play here in the third. Tulsa, Washington having added 1 score here in the quarter to move it to a 2-touchdown advantage. And with the play clock in jeopardy, Tulsa, Washington will take a timeout, and we'll do the same. We'll pause 30 seconds. Hornets will have 2nd and 18 when we come back to S.C. Williams Stadium. Ruffers trailing Tulsa, Washington 21-7. We're back in 30 seconds on Ruffer TV.
In times of need, it's comforting to see faces of people you know and trust. Cornerstone Funeral Home in Muskogee cherishes the opportunity to be there for you and your family in life's most challenging times when friends are most important. Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory welcomes the opportunity to answer any questions regarding planning and pre-arrangements for you and your loved ones. Experience the difference. Cornerstone Funeral Home, 1830 North York in Muskogee, where you'll find faces you know and reputations you trust.
Buying or selling real estate. Whenever you're trying to relocate or to sell your home or your business property, you need a pro to do all the work for you at the best rate and at the most complete job. That's when you need the team at Century 21 First Choice Realty and their managing broker, Monica Medley. Don't hesitate. Call Monica Medley and get all your answers the right way, the first time. Monica Medley, proud to be a part of Ruffer football in 2025. Pass across the middle on the second down situation, complete. Breaking attack on the 20, the 15. This is Sweet Feet, Micah Washington. And he takes it all the way to the 8-yard line. He's a little slow in getting up, but that little slant route turned into a speed race, and Washington takes it all the way to the 10-yard line. So it's a 35-yard pass play And a Tulsa, Washington first down at the Ruffer 10. And Nick, that one hurts.
188 yards passing now for Brooks on the night.
Checking up on the play. 1st and 10.
Brooks this time now takes the snap, gives it off to his running back, who is corralled from behind by Caden Harkin and Jack Green. No gain on the play. It becomes 2nd down and 10. Upper defense really needing to bow its back here, Nick, and keep the Hornets out of the end zone.
Really
Collier, the running back that time, in replacement of Michael Washington.
2nd and goal for the Hornets at the
2 receivers out
15-yard
wide to the
line.
right. Brooks will flip Collier over to his right shoulder. Take the waist-high snap. Stand confidently in the pocket. Throw the out route. It's almost picked off. It is picked off.
Yeah.
The Ruffers, they tried to pick on him one too many times, and Ruffers come up with the INT.
Pouncil that made it?
I'm trying to see the number. I can't. I'm not sure if it was Pouncil or if that was Nunu James. But the INT will take away a scoring opportunity for Booker T. Washington, and the Ruffers get the insurance play they needed. And when you need insurance, you need David Cobb, State Farm Insurance, for all your insurance coverages. Find the best rate, find the best coverage, whether it's for your home, for your business, for your automobile. Put all of it together under one big umbrella and count on David Cobb and his staff to take care of all your insurance needs. David Cobb, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Give them a call at 918-682-2511.
Haven Goodland credited with the interception for the Ruffers. 1st and 10 at the 10.
Ruffers finally get a turnover against Booker T. Hand the ball off to Chaplin. He'll squirt through the first line of defense and pop his way upfield to about the 15-yard line, a 5-yard pickup. So the Ruffers needed that play, Nick, as Goodland gets the intercepted pass. 3:48 in the clock running here in quarter number 3, 21-7. Tulsa, Washington on top. Jason Delgado, well, he was in miscommunication there because Chaplin moved around behind him, and Delgado took the snap and turned right back to where
Chaplin was.
Yeah. And fortunately, Delgado, I think, is able to get back to the line of scrimmage at the 15-yard line. But again, you see the little things, just the little mental errors.
You also got to keep in mind, too, the Ruffers with just one guy back in that line, too, so they're trying to find their way.
Snap back to Delgado. He's got time. He looks to throw. He's under duress. He'll throw it upfield. A comeback effort. Pass is incomplete. Tried to go back that time to Demarion Berryman, the young sophomore. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
So Zeke Bollalong will come back out to punt it once more for the Ruffers tonight.
Perhaps Mr. Durham will give the Ruffers one.
Durham back around his own 45 to receive for the Hornets.
2:58 left to go here in quarter number 3. So the Ruffers, after getting the interception, can't move the offense. It has not been a productive night. Good pressure back to Bollalong. He gets the kick up in the high night sky. Durham will field it at the 47. Go to his left midfield into Ruffer territory at the 40 on the boundary. 30, 25, trying to tightrope. Flags are down, and Durham will take it to about the 7-yard line. But there's a penalty flag back upfield at around the 27. I think that's going to be a block in the back on the Hornets.
Two different flags, probably for the same offense, I would guess.
Durham took it right in front of a Ruffer gunner downfield, but just used his quickness to elude the first wave of defense.
And the Ruffers didn't have any contain out on the sides. And
nope.
He was able to motor down the sideline.
It's not a hot night, Nick, but you also haven't gone 4 quarters at the high energy level demands. And sometimes you wonder about the conditioning of your football team. Both teams here tonight on a very cool night that you might think it's to your advantage, and it is much better than 100 degrees like we were here a year ago.
That's usually what it is, yeah.
But sometimes that does lead to physical exhaustion and cramping. So a long discussion
That is one thing we haven't seen a lot of tonight is injuries. We've had a couple of cramps and people slow getting up, but we haven't had too many injuries for a season opener.
Officials here on their season opener situation trying to evaluate the two flags that are on the play. One piece of laundry at about the 18, one back upfield around the 27. Referee tonight, Justin Farley.
Must be more than one foul involved.
Justin Finney, excuse me. Andy Knapp, Robbie Long, Nick Cook, and Brad Fisher. So they'll work out all the details and hopefully give us an answer here. Here's the foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Tulsa, Washington. Illegal participation against the Ruffers. They'll offset.
So
and the return
will stand down to the 5 or wherever we're going
to the 9-yard line.
Yeah.
Being assessed against the Hornets.
Now they'll go over and explain the ruling to the Ruffer coaching staff.
I don't think Dale Condon's real thrilled.
Yeah, not from the way the
body language is.
Yeah, it tells him it's been a frustrating night. I think now Dale's going to ask maybe the referee to come over and add more to the discussion, but it'll go to the 15. Now my situation here, Nick, offsetting penalties, we will replay the down.
Officials are sorting things out.
That's what they're trying to figure out.
Because the ball's at the 15-yard line, and if that's the case, we'll have to re-kick.
Unless they were dead ball fouls.
Well, I don't think they were because the flags flew during the time of the action.
Yeah, that's true.
It was after possession. How will they rule this? 2 minutes, 43 seconds left.
One was pre-possession and one was post, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
We're sorting things out, fans.
The stick is still at the situation.
Conduct being assessed against the Hornets.
Yellow flags have been picked up, and I think he's clinched the fist again, so it'll be 4th down. So the punting unit will come back on. And that for the Ruffers, Nick, is almost as good as a penalty.
It sure is, yeah.
Don't mean to leave our audience gasping for breath or for some sort of
what's going on kind of, yeah, but
description, but
short fans, offsetting penalties, we will replay 4th down.
There you heard the voice of Night Train Lane telling you that it will be offsetting on the play, and so Zevlin Balalong will be on to punt again, and Mr. Durham will stand back up at around the 45-yard line waiting this kick. Zev will stand back at around his own goal line. Good snap. Kicks away. It's up into the night sky. He'll just get out of the way of it, and it'll bounce around and roll to a stop, and the Ruffers waving it downfield to the 45-yard line. So the 40-yard punt with no return.
Number 6, Anthony McNatt
And
Jr.
the ball touched at the 45-yard line, and Tulsa, Washington, with 2:31 left to go in the third quarter, will take over, leading 21-7.
Ruffer defense now really has got to make another stop. They did a good job last time. They got the INT, made it stop the last possession.
Get something away from your own goal line. No.
Yeah.
After that brief discussion, the Hornets take over the football 1st and 10 at their own 45.
Jackson out wide to the right, Farley to the left side. Snap is back, and there's flags flying prior to the snap, and I think Booker T is going to get called for a procedure. The wide route here on the near side was Braylon Jefferson, the young sophomore. That'll be a 5-yard walk-off, move it back to the 40-yard line. Glad to have our listeners over Okie Country, 101.7 KTFX, along with those of you watching online through YouTube and Ruffer TV. Don't forget Tuesday night, 6:30 to 7 from Runts Barbecue, Dale Condon Coaches Show. Washington taking the handoff, trying to give some ground to get to the edge, waiting on a blocker, and then saw that he didn't have much and he just angled for the sideline, and he might have got a yard. We'll see where they'll say Sweet Feet stepped on the painted sideline right at the line of scrimmage.
I think that's Collier back in there.
Is it Collier?
Running again, yeah.
Nevertheless, it'll be 2nd down and 15 after no gain on that play. Ruffers here on the road tonight at S.C. Williams Stadium. Back at Ruffer Village next Friday night.
15 for the Hornets.
Collier trying to dance free of the first contact, and he squirts upfield across the 45 out to about the 47. So it'll be a 7-yard, maybe let's make it a 6. They're going to mark the ball at the 46-yard line, Nick. And it'll be, again, a 3rd and long situation.
So the Ruffers defense now has a chance to force a punt here.
3rd down 9 for the Hornets.
Levi Brooks coming over to the sideline to check with his coaching staff about what they want to do here. They've attacked the outside corners on both sides on these previous situations. Brooks will roll to his left with some protection, looking to run or throw, and now he'll just run to the boundary and be forced out of bounds by Kyron Cope.
Cope with a good pursuit there.
Actually lost a yard.
Wasn't going to let him get outside, and Brooks did the wise thing and just went out of bounds and lost a yard.
So that'll bring on the punting unit, and Dylan Carpenter will be on, the 5'9", 170-pound senior. With 35 seconds in the clock running here in the 3rd. We'll kick the ball away at Kenyon Goodson, who's been perhaps one of the more productive and electrifying people on the night for the Ruffers. We'll be back to return this one, but he'll just walk away from it as it'll take a knuckling type effect and roll to a stop right about the 26-yard line, stopping the clock with 12 seconds left before the end of the 3rd.
Dylan Carpenter, the punter for the Hornets.
Ball's going to be marked at the 26 in Ruffer territory. 12.9 seconds left here in quarter number 3.
So the Ruffer offense starting to get a little long in the tooth now for the game. Just going to have to find a way to make something happen.
From their own 26-yard line.
Get back in this game.
Like we mentioned, a new quarterback, only 2 returning starters, an entirely retooled offensive line. Delgado with Chaplin off his right shoulder. Takes the snap, hands it off to Marquise, lowers his head and ducks under the wall of orange and black defenders. You'll get a yard forward progress to the 27, and the 3rd quarter clock will expire. And we've got 12 minutes left tonight here at S.C. Williams Stadium with the Ruffers down on the scoreboard 21-7. We'll take this 60-second timeout and return. You're watching Ruffer football in 2025.
Final summer sale. It's always big at J. Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee. Buy a new Silverado 1500. Take $10,000 off MSRP. New 2026 Equinox $450 a month, not a lease. Don't overpay. Now through Labor Day, come see Jay. New Silverado, $10,000 off. Own Equinox $450 a month. J. Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee, 144 West Shawnee.
Green Country has never been more connected. This summer, get up to 4 phones on us. Choose from the newest Apple and Samsung devices. Plus, you can save big with our unlimited talk, text, and data plans. Visit us today in-store or online at bravadowireless.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Green Country has never been more connected. This summer, get up to 4 phones on us. Choose from the newest Apple and Samsung devices. Plus, you can save big with our unlimited talk, text, and data plans. Visit us today in-store or online at bravadowireless.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
As we return to S.C. Williams Stadium, there you see the time remaining in tonight's encounter. 21-7, Tulsa, Washington in front as the Ruffers will face a 2nd and 8 situation from their own 28-yard line.
Shutting out East Tulsa Central.
Ruffers offense has got to find a way to kind of get something going. It's been mostly just the run game of Chaplin. Delgado just hasn't been able to find any kind of rhythm passing tonight, 2 of 13. So Chaplin's done all the work, save one sweep by Beasley.
Remember, we watched some of the statistics of success for Tulsa Washington's defense, Nick. They had 4 quarters of preseason scrimmage and didn't give up a point. Now the pass underneath, caught by Beasley at the 37. Jamie up across the 40. That'll move the sticks to the 42. And a Kyle Edwards GMC rougher, first down and 10 on the pass completion from the 28 to the 42, a 14-yard pass and run. Delgado to Beasley.
That's a way to get things kind of going this series. See if we can keep it going here.
3 receivers are out to the far right side. Beasley by himself to the boundary left. They'll run Chaplin out of the backfield. Delgado going to try to throw it underneath to Beasley. He double clutches but makes the catch. Jamie unable, though, to get upfield much. You'll get maybe a yard. Had the ball in his hands, kind of popped out, but he got repossessed. Was able to make the completion work for a 1-yard pickup. Now 2nd and 9. Clock counting down precious moments. Ruffers need a score here to make this a 1-possession game. Delgado takes the snap, hands it off. Chapman through a crease, out across the 45, midfield into Hornet territory. He'll go across the midfield stripe and pass the down marker to the 47 on the opposite end. That's a 10-yard gallop and a Kyle Edwards GMC rougher, first down and 10.
Best run of the night by Marquise Chaplin. Gives him 51 total yards.
At the 47-yard line, to Caden Ford going on sweep motion and penalty flags as the Ruffers had, I think, 2 men in motion at the same time. That'll be a costly 5-yard foul because it'll move it back across the midfield stripe. How many penalties is that?
Penalty number 7 against the Ruffers for 55 yards.
Big offensive lineman. That time maybe picking up a hand up front. That was Devin Nero. He'll go out. Second down and now 15. Delgado in the pocket, wants to throw, looking deep, underthrown, picked off. Tried to pin it in a crowd and couldn't do it. Hornets with the INT, they come up the boundary with a wall of blockers inside the 30 and down to the 25-yard line. Tried to go to the well maybe once too often, and that time the Hornet defenders were there.
Owen Clark, I think.
5'10", 170-pound junior. That's the second interception tonight for Delgado. Hunter Lanier, the center, making the tackle for the Ruffers after that turnover. But Owen Clark's INT, what is that, turnover number 4?
Yep. 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles, yep.
Well, those type of results don't typically favor success. 10:01 left to play here in quarter number 4. Hornets will start from the Muskogee 25-yard line after that interception return. Looking for perhaps what they might call a knockout punch. Brooks with his running back off the left shoulder. Twin receivers out to the left. Play action, give it inside to Sweet Feet, who's back aboard. And a procedural penalty going to be called on Booker T. That'll back it up 5.
That's their 11th penalty tonight.
That will not please head coach Nate Goodman.
That's about the only part of their offensive game, though, that hasn't clicked pretty well.
Goodman, of course, was a longtime head coach at Carver Middle School, which is kind of a feeder program for the Hornets. During his tenure there as head coach, he won 89 games, and he's trying to bring that winning mentality and that focus to the Hornets campaign as he takes over the reins of the tradition-rich football program. 1st and 15 now from the 30. Brooks looking at either side. Ruffers crowding the line of scrimmage. Handoff goes to Sweet Feet, and perhaps Brooks should have kept it because the Ruffers weren't letting that one happen.
Lose about 3 or 4 on that one.
Another good play again. Arias Parrish, one of the first white jersey defenders there to make the stop. It'll lose 3 back to the 33. Bring up a 2nd and 18.
Leading that pursuit, number 20, Destin Martin.
Destin Martin also assisting on that last stop. Hornets have to reach the 15-yard line.
Second down, 18 for the Hornets.
To move the first down sticks. Now everybody packaged in tight. Brooks will take the snap. He'll step back in the pocket, flush to his right, throws in space, falling down effort, incomplete. Targeted receiver was Jamie and Compton, and the rougher defender, Trayshawn Pouncil, in the area. And one of the roughers cramping up on the play as well. So while there's a break in the action, Nick, that gives us a chance to remind you that if you've decided to purchase a new home or you're looking to get a better deal on your monthly payment, you may want to refinance. That's when you need somebody that knows how to do it and do it right. That's why you need the team at Cornerstone Home Lending, because they believe coming home is the happy place. And whether you're looking to relocate and need a home loan or you're trying to refinance your home loan, why not do it the right way? With the knowledge-based experience and the well-communicating efforts of Cornerstone Home Lending and its agent, Lynn Wallace. Give them a call and find out more details at 918-600-0602. Cornerstone Home Lending, proud to be a part of Rougher football in 2025.
Trayshawn Pouncil comes limping off the field after that play for the Roughers. And so it'll be the Hornets at the 33-yard line, the third down, and about 18. Need to get down to the 15 for the first down.
What kind of numbers tonight for Levi Brooks?
Let's see. He has 188 yards through the air. And he is, he's thrown 25 times and completed 20, I think, of those.
3rd and 18. They'll play action. Hand it off up the middle. Here comes Sweet Feet. Trying to bounce to you to the 20. He gets knifed down, but he's going to be very close to a first down.
Go to Barnowski there to make the hit on him and bring him down at the 23. About a 10-yard gain.
Make that at the 18.
18, yeah.
So it'll be 4th down and 3. 15-yard pickup that time by Washington. The Hornets feel like they've got more than enough offensive muscle to push the chains. 2 running backs in there for Brooks. He'll try to get the Roughers to jump as he's done 2 times earlier tonight. Puts Collier in motion. Play action inside. Roughers had it died up perfectly. And there to make the arm bar tackle. I think that was Jack Green.
I think so, yeah. He'll lose his yardage on the play, and the Roughers will take over on downs.
Hayden Von Holt, I think, Nick, would be the correct identification on that tackle. But a good defensive stand on a 4th down and 3. Von Holt able to make the tackle back out across the 20 at the 24, and the Rougher defense does its job. It's a loss of 6 on that 4th down tackle. So now Muskogee will get it back. They'll start from their own 24-yard line with 8:12 to go in tonight's encounter. It is time to hurry up the offense. Delgado with motion. Takes the snap. Hands it off. Marquise Chaplin squirting across the 30, across the 35. And they'll say the forward progress to the 36-yard line. A 12-yard gallop by Mr. C. And a Kyle Edwards GMC. First down and 10. At the 36-yard line. Roughers want to go hurry up. Delgado again will give to Chaplin, and this time he'll be met with open arms by that defensive front. Might have got forward progress for a yard to the 37. Let's mark it there. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
16 carries for 70 yards tonight for Chaplin.
Tolles in on the stop for the Hornets. Going to pull the guard in front, trying to give it to Marquise. Has a bit of a crease, but then it closed quickly. The linebacker and defensive lineman able to get in on the play. The gain from the 37 to the 39. That's a pickup of 2 in a 3rd and 7 situation. Caden Ford, one of the receivers to the near side, along with Jamie Beasley. Delgado will take the waist-high snap. He stands in the pocket. He's going to air this one deep. Somebody broke up underneath, and it's intercepted. Barnowski was the intended target. He broke the pass off the route, and then the interception by the Hornets. That's the third INT of the night. Booker T on the return, able to get across midfield.
And that's going to be a dagger in the heart for the Roughers.
It really hurts. Durham with the INT. That's his second interception of the night. And he'll return it to the Muskogee 49-yard line. That's what, turnover number 5? I don't know at any level with 5 turnovers you can find too much success. 6:48 to play. 21-7. Tulsa, Washington in front. Let's pause 30 seconds here on Rougher TV.
Pioneer Abstract, proudly serving residential and commercial customers throughout Muskogee County since 1905. Serving banks, mortgage companies, and mortgage brokers with refinancing, purchase, 1031 tax-deferred exchanges, along with full escrow services and more. Pioneer Abstract offers the convenience of centralized services for escrow accounts, title insurance, and title searches. Pioneer Abstract, here yesterday, here today, and here tomorrow at 412 West Broadway in downtown Muskogee, or call Pioneer Abstract at 683-2904.
Tonight and every Friday night, the Roughers' game plan for success is always 20-20, and although the score may be 21-7, that's not the vision result you want to get when you visit Dr. Kimberly DeRosset and take a look at those small letters up on the board. I mean, Nick, you've been there. I've been there, and sometimes it's hard to tell.
They get smaller every year.
They do.
Like
But what about your vision? That's where Dr. Kimberly DeRosset can help with 25 years experience serving Muskogee County patients, young and old alike. Dr. DeRosset can protect your eyes with the right vision game plan. Give them a call at 918-880-3937 or drop by their new location at 3505 Chandler Road in Muskogee. So after the interception, second of the night by Durham, Hornets will put it on the ground. They'll run it to the near side and get the ball downfield. That time on the carry, it is Elijah Hill. Hill with the carry to the 42. That's a 7-yard pickup. 6.5 minutes to play.
Marquise Chaplin. Second down, 4 for the Hornets. 6 minutes.
Mark the ball a little bit further upfield at the 42. So from the 48 to the 42, it's a 6-yard gain officially.
Yeah, the Hornets are going to milk the play clock as much as they can.
You can't blame them, can you?
Nope.
Levi Brooks in his third year as the starting quarterback. Split in to the left side. Actually, I don't think the Hornets had 4 on the line of scrimmage this time. Ball carrier getting that's Hill again. He got hit first by JoJo, then coming back, keeping his balance, and a tripped up effort that time to save probably what would have been 6 points. To Caden Ford able to get a hand. It's Elijah Hill, the ball carrier.
33-yard gain on the play after all that running around.
It's all the way down to the 40-yard line where he's tripped up. And it'll leave a 3rd down and 2, and there's a timeout taken by the Muskogee Roughers as they'll make some injury adjustments. 5:31 to play, 21-7, Hornets on top. We're back to S.E. Williams Stadium after this 30-second timeout here tonight.
Grunt's Barbecue serves up hand-rubbed, slow-cooked goodness. Anytime you're feeding a few hundred, hey, we're just tailgating with friends. Call the experts. Grunt's Barbecue. Ribs, brisket, burnt ends, mouth-watering hot link, and smoked chicken. Where everything is made from scratch, from the barbecue sauce to the banana pudding. Give us a try, and you won't be disappointed. Grunt's Barbecue. 918-681-3900. Grunt's Barbecue. Slow-cooked goodness in Muskogee.
21-7, Tulsa, Washington on top, facing a 3rd and 2 when we come back. You know, this week has been, the weather's been much different than the preceding weeks, the temperatures, but then the rainfall, which suddenly you find there's a leak in the roof because it always comes when you least expect it. And if you've got storm damage or unsure of the condition of your roof, that's when you need the pros at Roughneck Roofing. They can handle the inspection, they can handle the repairs, and they can handle all your insurance claims. So when you need roofing repairs of any type, count on Stephen Lane and his team at Roughneck Roofing. Proud to sponsor Upper Athletics. Give them a call at 918-401-9125. Here on the 3rd down and 2 situation, the Ruffers, Caden Harkin and company get into the backfield.
Tyron Cope just got him around the shoulder pads and pulled him down.
Destin Martin also helping out on that stop. It's going to be a loss back upfield to the 43, so it'll be a loss of 3. And will be 4th down and 6. Now, do you punt the ball here, Nick?
Nope.
Just leave it on the ground, let your defense has been.
Take the play clock down as far as you can and get what you can. I mean, why not? Your defense has pretty well stopped the Ruffers tonight.
Well, the punter comes aboard.
Well, it surprises me.
See what Mr. Carpenter can do here. Ruffers will put
they're going to think about it now.
Kenyon Goodson back deep, and now the Hornets will take the timeout.
Think a little bit about what they want to do here.
Don't forget, next Friday night, Ruffers will have their season opener at home when they entertain the Mounties of Rogers, Arkansas, who tonight were in action against North Little Rock at home. And we hope that you'll pack the house and be ready to honk the horn and flash the lights with the Ruffers putting points on the scoreboard. That'll be next Friday night. Pre-game show at 6:30, kickoff at 7. Join us there if you can't do it. Of course, we welcome you back here on Ruffer TV as well as on Okie Country 101.7.
So the Ruffers now trying to find some way, somehow, get some kind of a miraculous turnover here to get themselves back to within a score if they can. But it's all in the Hornets. Second half has just been all Hornets as far as that's
They've certainly
concerned.
controlled the clock, and the Ruffers' inability to move the chains as well.
Yeah.
And 5 turnovers tonight has been very disappointing. Here's the kick, angling for the corner, and it's out of bounds, caught by one of the guys on the sideline. And the official will line it up, and where will he angle it? They'll mark it at the 16-yard line. So Muskogee will get it back at its own 16-yard line. 4 minutes and 37 seconds left.
Well, at this point, you're playing for a lot of pride and maybe a chance to spring a big play here. Still some time if they could spring a big one right away, force a stop.
Ruffers come to the field, Nick, and they've made a change at quarterback. Stein McHenry will be aboard for this last 4:37. Senior transfer from Wagner. He has a running back to his left. Hands it off, pulls it, keeps it himself. At the 20, at the 25, McHenry on the edge. And finally pushed out of bounds at around the 30-yard line. That'll be a 14-yard gallop for the Ruffer senior. And a Kyle Edwards GMC Ruffer, first down and 10.
McHenry a little more speed than Delgado, and he showed it there.
3 wide receivers this time go out to the right.
Whoops.
McHenry I don't think was ready for the snap. Now he'll scramble around. He'll throw it up for grabs, and it's caught at the 50, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10. Good night, Irene. Ruffers come up with a disaster and turn it into 6 points.
Barnowski making the catch and the touchdown. 70 yards.
With an off-balance
Wow.
pass for the Ruffers.
That is
just what we were saying they needed, right?
Yep.
Welcome to S.C. Williams Stadium.
All together, that is a 70-yard touchdown pass for the Ruffers. And it makes it, Nick, a one-possession game should Ballalong be able to hammer through the PAT with 4:09 to play.
All right, well, got it back to within 1. Now it's up to the defense.
Toe through this PAT.
To get the point after.
The extra point, the kick is through the uprights, good. So Muskogee gets the big play. Energized by the change at quarterback with Stein McHenry. It's a 21-14 ball game. And as Yogi said, it ain't over till it's over. 4:09 left. We're back to S.C. Williams Stadium after this 30-second timeout on Ruffer TV.
There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan of Muskogee. Call 918-683-6605 or go to NissanandMuskogee.com. There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan and Muskogee. Call 918-683-6605 or go to NissanandMuskogee.com.
Touchdown, Ruffers.
Back at SC Williams Stadium, Stylen McHenry hooking up with a wide open Nunu James for the touchdown.
Number 8 instead of number 9. Looked a lot, but Nunu really scrambled around. There were actually 2 receivers in the area down there. The first receiver went up like he was going to catch it. It went just over his hands, and James hauled it in and then scooted down the sideline for about 40 yards.
Well, that's no doubt the biggest offensive success the Ruffers have had tonight.
Boy, that's the truth.
Now Ballalaw will kick off with 4:09 to play. He will approach. He'll drub it. It's a squib kick, but the Hornets were ready with their good hands, people. And they'll recover at the 50-yard line. But there's a little bit of energy, perhaps, on the Ruffer sideline, Nick, after that 70-yard strike.
Yeah. It's made the Hornets now kind of have to think about it a little bit more instead of just automatically handing it off to Washington.
Altogether, a 2-play, 84-yard drive for that score with 4:09 to go. Levi Brooks with Michael Washington now back at running back. Things had kind of gotten ho-hum as far as the Hornets were concerned. Washington looking for a crease, now waits for it to develop, and the Ruffers will finally pile on top, and a lot of extra pushing and shoving at the end of the play.
Sweet Feet took a little too long to figure out where he was going to go, and the Ruffers able to corral him after a 2-yard gain.
But you get the idea that the Hornets are getting in no hurry, though, Nick, snapping the football. 3:42 and counting here in quarter number 4. Is there magic tonight for the Ruffers here at SC Williams Stadium?
Well, the Hornets are going to have to get themselves at least a first down here somewhere along the way to keep this drive and keep the clock going.
Jalen Jackson will be out far to the left. Farley will be to the right. Brooks takes the snap, hands it off to Washington, broke the first tackle, squirts out of the grasp of another Ruffer and is able to wiggle his way downfield from the 48 to the 44, and a timeout is taken by Muskogee. We'll do the same. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for Washington when we return after this 30-second timeout on Ruffer TV.
In sports, having the right winning strategy is often the difference between winning and losing. The same is true when you need legal representation. For more than 15 years, the law offices of Michael E. Finnerty have successfully provided the winning strategy with excellence and integrity for the people of the Muskogee area in matters of personal injury, social security disability, and workers' compensation issues. The law office, Muskogee trusts Michael A. Finnerty, ready to develop a winning strategy. Michael A. Finnerty, 436 Court Street in Muskogee. Call 687-1155. Online at finnertylaw.com.
Back at SC Williams Stadium. Hold on. Don't get too comfortable or don't get ready to get up and walk across the room and say it's over, because it's not at 3:10 left to play. A big, big play for the Muskogee Ruffers' hopes, Nick, if they could stop Tulsa, Washington here and get the ball right back to the offense.
3rd down and 4 for the Hornets. They've had some time to kind of think about it, figure out what kind of play they want to run. If they're just going to do a straight handoff to Washington or come up with a slightly different wrinkle here.
I would not be surprised to see Sweet Feet carry the football. Ruffer fans trying to create a little bit of noise across the way. Big 3rd down and 4. Brooks takes the snap, gives it off to Washington. Dancing, trying to get out of the grass, and the Ruffer defense says no! They come up with a stop actually for minus yardage, and now Muskogee will spend another timeout. It's last of the second half.
That surprised me a little, just a straight handoff to Washington. I thought they might try to do something a little different there to kind of get the offense or defense off balance, but just the straight handoff, and the Ruffers are ready for it.
Ruffer defensive line, Nick, doing a good job against this Hornets offensive front. Not always able to identify the guys making the tackle, but Kyron Cope, Jack Green, and Hayden Bonhold in that 3-man defensive front. The linebacking group, including Destin Martin, along with Caden Harkin, Arias Parrish, and Coda Bardowski,
Next Friday night,
that interior 7 really doing a good job in the box. So it'll be 4th down and 5 for Tulsa, Washington.
They'll punt it away.
Carpenter will be on to kick. He's got what breeze there is at his back, even though Old Glory kind of rests lazily on the flagpole in the southeast corner of the stadium here at S.E. Williams. But could Kenyon Gibson play hero? He'll stand back and inside his 15 and around the 12 to wait the punt.
See if the Roughers will bring the house here, maybe.
Pressure up the middle and can't get the block away. Goodson's on the run, going to field it. Tries to change directions and has really no place to go. His forward progress should be marked around they're going to say the 15-yard line. That's where Muskogee will get it, 85 yards away from a potential game-tying score. 2 minutes and 54 seconds left.
Well, they were 84 yards away just a few minutes ago and made it happen, so let's see what can go on here. Wow.
Stylen McHenry taking over for Kaysen Delgado on these final 2 series. It'll be Decaden Ford and Jamie Beasley out wide to the left side. McHenry with a pair of receivers to the boundary right.
Roughers don't have any timeouts, remember now.
Play clock down to 7 as McHenry moves Chaplin over to his left. Takes the snap, straight drop back, pressure up the middle. Now McHenry going to step up in the pocket, throw across the middle. Beasley with the catch at the 40-yard line. Jamie with a comeback slant, and McHenry with a rifle shot throws the first down catch to Jamie Beasley at the 40-yard line. Kyle Edwards, GMC Rutfer, first down at 10 on a 25-yard pass completion.
So McHenry's 2 for 2 for 95 yards passing now.
They stepped up in the pocket, Nick. I was beginning to think he's going to run with it, and all of a sudden he just unloads the pass to Jamie Beasley on that late crossing route.
Beasley got clobbered, but it was the Washington player that took the worst of it.
And the Ruffers will have 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. Clock showing still 2:46 to play. They'll wind the clock as teams come back to the field. Beasley and Ford out to the left. Ruffer fans excitingly encouraging their squad out on the field. McHenry takes the snap in the pocket. Waits, dancing around, trying to find, ducks under a tackler. Now rolls to his right, wants to throw. Last minute up the field. He'll throw it short and into the turf. It'll stop the clock. You see the quick feet, though, of Stylen McHenry. He's able to elude that pressure from the defensive front of the Hornets. Dwayne Jones and Chirio Pari.
So far, the Hornets have just brought 4, their up front guys. They haven't blitzed McHenry yet.
2nd and 10 as Chaplin goes in motion, and the snap this time didn't come. That'll be a 5-yard walk-off on the Ruffers. Moving it back to the 35-yard line. 2 minutes and 23 seconds left. Ruffers trying to come out of a deep, deep hole of despair and create some excitement here in the final 4.5 minutes of play. 2:23 left. 2nd and 15 now for McHenry. Beasley, the receiver, out on the edge to the left by himself. Silent takes the snap, play action, stands up, throws underneath, caught by Barnowski, and he's out to the 42-yard line, it looks like. That'll be a 7-yard pickup. McHenry's release pretty quick, Nick.
He is, yeah.
He's put some zip on the ball. I kind of overheard a conversation between him and Coach Dale Cotton in the pregame matter, and the Ruffer senior has answered the call. 3rd down and 9 from the 41. Clock running with 1 minute 50 seconds. That completed pass didn't stop the clock. Now trips out wide to the left. McHenry waiting on the snap, stands tall in the pocket, steps up, now looks to run or throw, throws underneath, caught, Decaden Ford, 50, jitterbugs at the 45, he gets to the 43, goes to the turf, good enough for Kyle Edwards, GMC Ruffer, 1st down and 10.
the number 2. The game is forward.
15-yard pass play from McHenry.
Muskogee Roper first down.
Minute 27 left to go. Stoddard will take the snap. Wait, now going to run with it, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. But the Ruffers, remember, have no timeouts remaining. So now you got to hurry everybody up to the line of scrimmage. There's no time to waste as the clock counts down. A minute 6, a minute 5. And Tulsa, Washington now will get the clock stopped because they have an injured player on the field. When you need help with insurance, you need somebody that knows the right call to make. And that's why you need my friend, David Cobb, State Farm Insurance Agent. He can help with home insurance. He can help with car insurance at the best possible rates. He can also stand behind you when you have insurance coverage needs. He did it for me. He'll do it for you. Whenever you have a question about your insurance or you're looking to find a better way to cover your property, your automobiles, that's when you need a pro. And that's where you need my friend David Cobb. Give him a call and find out more how he can help you with all your insurance coverage at 918-682-2511. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. David Cobb, proud to be a part of Ruffer football.
Well, the injured player helps the Ruffers, gives them a little break here.
Stoddard McHenry will take the snap. He'll step back in the pocket. Now he'll step up, look to run to his right. Under some pressure, being chased. And he'll dump it off and throw the ball out of bounds, stopping the clock.
Under heavy pressure, throws the ball out of bounds. 51 seconds.
Everybody was just dropped back. Kind of an umbrella-type nickel coverage for the Hornets.
The Hornets have just rushed their front four so far, dropped everybody else back.
3rd and 10 from the 43-yard line with 50.9 seconds to go. McHenry checking left and right. Brings motion and the formation. Stands tall in the pocket. McHenry throws in the flat. Caught on a falling down effort by Chaplin. He'll go to the turf at the 41-yard line, so he'll get 2, but the clock continues to run, and the Ruffers face a 4th down and 8, and again, have no timeouts left. 3 wide receivers to the right side. McHenry's got to get the ball to the 33. Here's the snap. Step up in the pocket. Run with it, my man. Throw it upfield. Caught over on the boundary at the 28-yard line. Good enough for a Kyle Edwards Buick GMC. Raffer, first down.
Man, it was
Jamie Beasley on the catch.
No, it was Goodland making the catch over there, I think.
Well, the game goes to the 27-yard line for the Kyle Edwards GMC. Ruffer first down. Now McHenry in the pocket again, stepping up from behind, and he's going to be brought to the turf. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, and that time the Ruffers should have thrown the ball to the turf. Time will expire with the Ruffers trying to make something out of it. And they come up empty. And Tulsa, Washington, making the defensive stand on the game's final play, able to secure the 21-14 win over the Muskogee Ruffers tonight here at S.E. Williams Stadium. Stay tuned. Our post-game coverage of Ruffer football continues after this 3-minute timeout on Ruffer TV.
There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan of Muskogee. Call 918-683-6605 or go to nissanofmuskogee.com. There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan of Muskogee. Call 918-683-6605 or go to nissanofmuskogee.com.
The world of education is driven by numbers. So is the one company more schools and universities call on when fire or water damage strikes. 1-800-SERVPRO. The #1 choice in commercial cleanup and restoration.
When it matters most. The name to remember? ServPro of Muskogee. 918-913-4490. Online at servpro.com.
There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan of Muskogee. Call 918-683-6605 or go to NissanandMuskogee.com. There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan and Muskogee. Call 918-683-6605 or go to NissanandMuskogee.com.
Have you been injured as the result of a car accident? Has your family been impacted by the death of a loved one caused by someone else's negligence? Whatever you're dealing with, you don't have to face it alone. At 222 Injury Lawyers, our dedicated personal injury attorneys are here to fight for the justice and compensation you deserve. Call 918-528-0222.
Folks, Kyle Edwards, GMC in Muskogee. I was born and raised in Muskogee. Our family has owned the GMC dealership for over 50 years. We take great pride in being in the Muskogee community. Things have changed over the years, but one thing remains the same, our desire to take care of our customers. Looking for a new GMC truck or SUV? We've got them, and you have our commitment to give you the best buying experience around. From sales, parts, or service, we are here for you. You have my promise to give you the best selection, best price, and the most for your trade-in at 1600 North Main in Muskogee or KyleEdwardsGMC.com.
Proudly serving the elderly of the Muskogee community, Broadway Care Rehabilitation Center is a skilled nursing facility empowering better living through long-term care as well as many other respite care options. And coming soon to Broadway, the Memory Care Unit. At Broadway Care Rehabilitation, the amazing therapy department can help you or your loved one get back on their feet. Contracted with most major insurances, follow them on Facebook and see many of the enriching activities offered to the residents. Broadway Care Rehabilitation Center, proud to support the Muskogee Roughers.
Welcome back to S.C. Williams Stadium. The time runs out on the Ruffers' last gasp opportunities. And there you see the final tally, Tulsa, Washington, and their new head football coach, Nate Goodman, able to secure win number one as the Hornets' mentor, 21-14 tonight here at S.C. Williams Stadium. For Dale Conant and his staff and his players, it'll be a chance to do a little soul searching, Nick, because tonight there were too many middle mistakes, 5 turnovers, costly penalties, and the inability to find offensive success until the waning moments of the fourth quarter, and you come up on the short end scoreboard, 21-14.
Well, when you look at the stats, offensively they came out relatively even, but it was that big 5 turnovers that really were the big difference in the game. The Ruffers just couldn't overcome it, even though they made a great heroic effort at the very end to do so, but just weren't able to get there. And so the execution and the turnovers, things that the Ruffers will have to kind of clean up before they open it home next week against Rogers, Arkansas.
Well, certainly it wasn't the night the way the Ruffers had dreams of it turning out tonight, as Tulsa, Washington was able to get the first points on the scoreboard and go up 7-0 on the touchdown toss from Brooks to Jalen Jackson with 11:13 to go. Actually, it was Farley that made that first touchdown catch on the 38-yard toss, and then after the Ruffers got the ball at their own 41-yard line, they put together a 7-play drive just into the second quarter with Marquise Chaplin getting his first touchdown of the season at the running back spot. That tied the game at 7-7. But then the Ruffers had come up with a big play, had the football at their own 2, but a mishandled snap that was recovered by Campanell. The recovery in the end zone with 8:46 in the second quarter made it 14-7. The Hornets had the football to begin the third quarter, and they came out muscles flexed. And they used the solid ground game and then the big pass play to take a 21-7 lead when Jalen Jackson made the reception from Brooks, his second touchdown toss of the night. And then the Hornets would again take advantage, and they would not let the Ruffers get going until the waning moments. And with 4:37 left to go in the ball game, Ruffer coaches make a QB change. They bring in Stylen McHenry, and McHenry on a 14-yard gallop gets it out to the 30-yard line and then is able to dance free and somehow find a wide-open Nunu James open on a reception. It goes all in all as a 70-yard pass and run combination, and the Ruffers' 84-yard drive in 2 plays cut it to a 21-14 ball game. That fired up the defense, who forced a 3-and-out and got the football back with 2:54 to play, but the biggest problem there, Nick, was there were no timeouts remaining because the defense had to use those to kind of slow things down just a bit. Ruffers take over at their own 15-yard line. They get a 25-yard pass play upfield and then get it across midfield. But then with the ball at the 27-yard line and the time running down, Styler McHenry dancing around trying to find somebody to throw to, just ran out of room and then was hit from behind and dropped to the turf. There was no way to stop the clock. And the final score, 21-14.
Looking at the stats in the game tonight for the Ruffers, 26 rushes for 76 yards in the game for Muskogee. In the passing department, the Ruffers tonight were, 10 of 25, 4 of 17 for Delgado, and 6 of 8 for McHenry. So they had 171 yards passing tonight. A lot of that coming there from McHenry at the end where they had that long 70-yard pass play. So the Ruffers with 247 yards in total offense tonight. They had the 5 turnovers, the big number there in the game. 8 penalties in the game for 60 yards. And for the ground game, Chaplin, the leading ball carrier for the Ruffers tonight, he carried the ball 17 times for 72 yards. For the Washington Hornets, they rushed the ball 26 times for 54 yards. Passing tonight, 9 of 15 for Levi Brooks in the game. 14 of 25 for Brooks in the game. 2 touchdowns, an interception, and 188 yards passing. 242 yards total offense tonight for the Hornets. They had just the 1 turnover on the interception. They had 8 penalties in the game for 60 yards. And the leading ground gainer in the game tonight was Washington, who carried the ball 19 times for 66 yards. So statistically, it ended up being relatively even as far as the overall numbers, but Ruffers just couldn't make up the difference and couldn't overcome the 5 turnovers.
21-14 our final score. Stay tuned. We'll come back after this 2-minute timeout. We'll select our Ruffer Buffalo Wild Wings player of the game. That after this break on Ruffer TV.
In times of need, it's comforting to see faces of people you know and trust. Cornerstone Funeral Home in Muskogee cherishes the opportunity to be there for you and your family in life's most challenging times when friends are most important. Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory welcomes the opportunity to answer any questions regarding planning and pre-arrangements for you and your loved ones. Experience the difference. Cornerstone Funeral Home, 1830 North York in Muskogee, where you'll find faces you know and reputations you trust.
Final summer sale. It's always big at J. Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee. Buy a new Silverado 1500. Take $10,000 off MSRP. New 2026 Equinox $450 a month. Not a lease. Don't overpay. Now through Labor Day, come see Jay. New Silverado, $10,000 off. Own Equinox $450 a month. J. Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee. 144 West Shawnee.
Green Country has never been more connected. This summer, get up to 4 phones on us. Choose from the newest Apple and Samsung devices. Plus, you can save big with our unlimited talk, text, and data plans. Visit us today in-store or online at bravadowireless.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Green Country has never been more connected. This summer, get up to 4 phones on us. Choose from the newest Apple and Samsung devices. Plus, you can save big with our unlimited talk, text, and data plans. Visit us today in-store or online at bravadowireless.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Pioneer Abstract, proudly serving residential and commercial customers throughout Muskogee County since 1905. Serving banks, mortgage companies, and mortgage brokers with refinancing, purchase, 1031 tax-deferred exchanges, along with full escrow services and more. Pioneer Abstract offers the convenience of centralized services for escrow accounts, title insurance, and title searches. Pioneer Abstract, here yesterday, here today, and here tomorrow at 412 West Broadway in downtown Muskogee, or call Pioneer Abstract at 683-2904.
Final score, Tulsa, Washington gets the season opening win 21-14 over the Muskogee Ruffers, who will head back to Ruffer Village next Friday night at home against Rogers, Arkansas. Trying to wrap things up here tonight and kind of overlooking all the circumstances. I mean, there were a lot of big plays defensively. Jack Green was in the midst of a lot of tackles all night long. Kyron Cope flushing the efforts of the Hornets quarterback, Levi Brooks. Some good efforts by Kenyon Goodson in the special teams, but when the game was virtually done, Nick, the call gets made to the bullpen. Stoddard McHenry, who was waiting his chance to come on the field, stepped up, and although the final result did not show the come-from-behind win, I think the energy that McHenry brought to the turf at that particular moment changed the ebb and flow of the contest.
Well, he came in, he ran a couple of times. He had 14 yards rushing on a couple of runs. He was 6 of 8 passing for 132 yards. So he really did bring the Ruffers back. He got that long 70-yard touchdown pass, moved them down the field on that very last drive with several good passes, avoided a lot of pressure, made some good passes and connections, and ended up with 132 yards on the ground tonight and the one long touchdown pass.
So you and I are in agreement?
I would say so, yeah.
Stoddard McHenry, our Buffalo Wild Wings player of the game. How about our Ruffer TV crew tonight? A brand new group of guys learning on the fly, so to speak, and doing a great job managing the cameras and
especially under less than not like we're at home. And,
well,
we're out in the,
not like we're even in the press box. We were sitting out amongst them, as they say, out in the open air tonight here at S.C. Williams Stadium, and a great job been done by our Ruffer TV crew as well as our radio producer, Ben, back in the studios of KTFX. Don't forget, the Coaches Show next Tuesday night, 6:30 from Runt's Barbecue. And then the action next Friday night coming from Ruffer Village when Muskogee will take on Rogers, looking for win number 1 in the Dale Condit era. Final score tonight from S.C. Williams Stadium, 5 turnovers, perhaps sealing the doom of the Ruffers. Hornets get the win over Muskogee, 21-14. For Nick Hampton, I'm Bill Huddleston saying so long, and despite in victory or in defeat, it's always a great day to be a Muskogee Ruffer. Good night, everybody.